All right, everybody, we're going to do a late edition of Gangsta Talk. We're going to talk a little bit about simplicity versus consciousness. I take simplicity every day of the week over consciousness. You know why? Because simplicity allowed me to produce. Consciousness allowed me to produce absolutely nothing. Gangsta Talk up next. Damn, you know what to do.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shoot the game, going for mine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the reel.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street guard got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfucker, the bang. Why? I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beef is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that sign. They rather see it spray. But I'm like Nitty, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Invested in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't some place you play. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AK. You in a day, overdose with pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. My karma's a boot smoke. Decapitating rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting blank while these clowns be zigzagging. What's this talk about flipping keys? Come on, you nickel bagging. I'm blasting off roots and making downers believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics that stick in the brains like barnacle. Never sweet. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in the bleach. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. Came deaf, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a late edition of Gangsta Talk. Normally don't do Gangsta Talk this late, but we got into a thing on Ladies' Night, so this is a continuation of that. Shout out to everybody who came back for the excitement. We want to talk a little bit about the conscious community and simplicity. You know, I'll put my simplicity up against anybody, because my simplicity has allowed me to become very productive and successful in life. When I was in the conscious community, I produced nothing. Sure, I read a lot of books. I read about our ancestors and stuff like that, but I was broke. I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. It was until I was taught to understand the simplicity in life by some elder brothers. It's when I started to produce and started producing like a madman. Okay, and so we have some brothers in here who are still stuck on the conscious stuff. Kendall seems to be the conscious representative in this room, and it's cool. I don't have a problem with you. Well, actually, I got a problem with the conscious community, but if you want to have a debate, we can do that, and I'll put my simplicity up against your consciousness and your 5% nation, and we will see who will be the victor. If that's what you want to do, Mr. Kendall, roll it. If you're in here. Dame, come online real quick.
Okay, I'm here.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right. Is Kendall in the chat? I can't see the chat.
Oh yeah, he's here. He's here.
Kendall, fire away, my brother. Anytime you're ready, I'm ready. We can have this debate. I've been trying to avoid this with you, but it's inevitable. So let's have it out once and for all. All right? Fire away. Let me know what he's saying.
Okay.
My simplicity versus your consciousness, sir. And while he's ready to formulate his questions, let me talk a little bit about this pseudo nonsense. Matter of fact, Dane, look up the word pseudo if you get a chance. We're going to look up the definition of the word pseudo, and we're going to talk about it. And this is why I hate the conscious community, because the conscious community works for white supremacy. They're here to feed and destroy the minds of young black men, especially in the age range between 25 and 35. Okay? Because those are supposed to be productive years. So if you can take those years and keep us from being productive, then we'll never produce anything. Because most races of men produce the most between 25 and 35. Things start to taper off a little bit at around 38 when you get into the 40s. But from 25 to 35 is when they produce the most. Our people in that age range don't produce anything. They walk around culturally confused. Don't want to identify what they really are. Don't even want to use the names that was given to them by their own parents. They go and steal names from other cultures. They dress in garbs from other cultures. Confused sartorial expression from all these different cultures. They want to be Hindus. They want to be Africans. They want to be Muslims. They want to be Kemetics. They want to be everything but what they really are, which is black. And then they're sold a bill of goods. Mm-hmm. We were races of kings and queens. We were this and we were that. Well, the key words there is we were. We are not that now, and that's not who you are now. This is what I'm talking about. I don't like how they just take the minds of our young brothers and just nonchalantly slip their mind out of reality and into some fantasy made up conscious BS type world. Yeah, then you found the
word? Yeah.
All right. Read the definition of the word pseudo.
All right. Not genuine, spurious, or sham.
Mm-hmm. Say it one more time.
Not genuine, spurious, or sham.
Mm-hmm.
Second definition, a pretentious or insincere person.
Uh-huh. You see, so when you sit down with these 120 lessons, right? The people who are selling you this bill of goods are pretentious and insincere. All they care about is you paying dues to their organization or purchasing pamphlets. I'm surprised that they haven't came back to you and sold you stuff by now. Because that's what usually follows. Once they get your mind trapped into this BS, the money comes next. And you
Mm-hmm.
actually thinking that you're contributing to something because you're learning science. You're not learning science. What? Let's be realistic about something, okay? If you're learning science, where are your experiments? What experiments do you do? Explain the experiments you've done.
Oh, Max,
You can gain no knowledge. What?
Borgen digitizer.
Yeah.
It's sounding a little better. Uh-oh. Last thing you said that we could hear clearly was, where's your experiment?
Right. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Am I clear now?
You are clear now.
So where are where are your scientific experiments and studies, and where's the information that you've gathered from these scientific studies if you're such a scientist? Because experimentation, right, is the backbone of science. This is how they derive to their conclusions and get their knowledge by experimentation. So where are your experiments? What have you experimented on, and what conclusions have you come to? And don't tell me that you learned some mathematics from 120 lessons, and that's the basis of your science, because that's ridiculousness. Give me some real hardcore science that you know. What are your experiments? What have you experimented on, and what conclusions have you come to? So that's the first question I'm going to ask you, since you're such a scientist and all.
Okay.
Has he said anything yet?
Oh, yeah. He goes, look, Max, like I said before, I'm not here to go against the grain. I'm not here to argue with you, fam. And I
No, no,
want
no,
to
no, 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 no.
encourage.
This is not an argument, my brother. This is a debate. We're debating on information. I'm not fighting with you. I'm trying to build with you. I'm your, I believe I'm your elder. So I'm supposed to teach you something. I'm not here to fight with you. I'm trying to open up your mind to something. Okay, because I believe from what I'm hearing from you, and I've seen brothers in your condition, that you're following the wrong path. And you're being led astray by some confidence people, all right, who are feeding you a line of bullshit. We are deeply rooted in reality, sir. We are captives behind enemy lines. If we're not going to do anything to change that condition, then all of the science and knowledge of self in the world won't help. The world does not operate off of knowledge of self. The world operates off of production. You're either producing or you're consuming. That is what the world is about. Simplistic, it's about guns and butter, baby.
Mm-hmm.
One of the coldest and most simplistic and realistic lines I've ever heard in a movie. It's about guns and butter. You either producing or you're consuming. Nobody gives a damn about knowledge of self. The world does not operate off of knowledge of self. The world doesn't operate off of your knowledge of Kemet, your knowledge of 120 lessons. It operates off of production and consuming. So if you're not one, you're the other. When I learned that simplicity about life, I became highly productive and extremely successful. But when I was in the conscious community, learning all of this BS, I produced nothing and didn't even have a job. Oh, but I was Hotep. I was walking around with my brother. We are African, brother. We come from this. We come from that. You know, we're this and we're that. Man, nobody wanted it. In the grand scheme of things, nobody wants to hear that shit, bro. Shit like that doesn't get anything done. You don't produce houses with that. You don't produce commerce with that. You don't produce agriculture with that. You don't make clothing. You don't produce anything with that, except for a conversation with another lost brother. Because most sisters don't engage in that nonsense. Many sisters already know it's BS and they pretty much walk away. So your audience is other brothers who are lost just like you, who are just as non-productive. And the sad part about it is you're so non-productive, you go to your woman who's trying to produce and get the money that she gets from her production, and you just go and consume.
Okay. He
All of
goes,
this conscious stuff is nonsense. I don't care how it sounds. I don't care how many brothers over there with dashikis and unks, bald heads, glasses talking about Egypt, the pyramids. I don't give it. I don't care. Got African names over there. That whole thing is nonsense. And all it's going to do is keep you stagnated and non-productive. You're going to be walking around here 70 years old talking about the mathematics of the day and haven't produced nothing your entire life. Go ahead, Dan.
he says, yeah, I know pseudoscience is fake science. Pseudoscience is not science. They use pseudoscience as an excuse to enslave us, but I don't endorse no pseudoscience.
Yeah, but if you're passing that mathematics crap on the other brothers, you are endorsing it. And you're complicit in it because you're teaching him to be non-productive. You haven't taught your brother anything about being productive. What you're teaching him is how to be a loser, how to produce absolutely nothing, and how to remain a consumer and dependent on someone else to survive.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're doing with that nonsense. You see, the thing is, you guys are caught up in symbolism. Somebody says something that you think is profound, you're going to run around and talk about, oh, that's deep. Let me go and say it. But in the meantime, you're not taking care of your children. You can't make a child support payment. Many of you don't own any cars. As a matter of fact, many of you don't own anything. I own stuff. Simplicity allowed me to become highly successful. When I got off that conscious BS, I started to produce it, man. I became successful. I can give you a job. Show me something that this so-called knowledge has produced for us. Understand that we are black people and we are in a losing position in life. We are dead last. Take note of the analogy I gave earlier about the Olympics. We are the person that comes in last in the race after preparing for 4 years.
Okay. He says, but Max, all these other so-called minorities and race of people have the knowledge of themselves. That's why they're producing. We're not. They have KOS and we don't. That's why we're
Okay,
always on the bottom of the economic totem pole.
I know a Mexican that built houses for a living, right? And in 20 years, he built 17 houses. Built one for his mother, his children. He owns a business and don't know hardly anything about Mexican history. If you ask him about Mexican history, he'll tell you, man, I don't know that shit, man. I keep my head down and work, homie. You don't hardly know nothing about the Mexican history. Hardly nothing. You don't know anything about Montezuma, Texarkana, nothing. I know Chinese people who produce their ass off. Don't know hardly shit about Chinese history.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, when I was in Asia, when you ask Asians about history, they'll tell you to go to a library. Oh, you can find the history in the library. You can go and learn. They on some. They're not. They're not going to stand in the street with you talking about some mathematics of the day. They're producing. They're not going to have this long drawn. Now you can probably go to the elders who done retired, who has time to sit there and talk all day. But the younger generation, 20, 30, what? They're not trying to sit there in the street with you on some. Well, you know, the mathematics of the day, whatever. They'll tell you to go to a library or something, or go find an elder to talk to. They got work to do. They got to produce. They know what it's about. It's not about knowledge of self. It's about knowing what the world is about. Other races know what the world is about. They know that this world is about production and consuming. Well, they don't want to be on the consumer side, so they produce. Black people are hell-bent on being consumers. The world doesn't work on knowledge of self. There's a lot of people in these races that produce plenty and don't even care nothing about their history. Like, you can't find a typical Mexican that's going to sit there and talk to you about the conquistadors or the mariachis or banditos or any of this other stuff. They may say something about the a Spanish war, but it's about it. Ain't nobody gonna. They're not gonna get down with all that. Now you do have some Mexicans who are historians, right? But they're not going to jump in the street with you on some knowledge of self BS. They don't care nothing about that because they know in the grand scheme of things that means absolutely nothing. Only we care about it. You think we don't know what your knowledge of self comes out of your household.
Okay, he now says the Mexican and Chinese people haven't been what we've been through, bruh. Our situation is unique. They haven't been broken by this particular Western institution.
Actually,
we have.
Actually, our situation isn't unique, my brother. We are the only people that's been enslaved and been treated like dogs and been brutalized. Africans actually went through worse shit than we went through. With the Moors and the Muslims. They went through a hellacious time. Okay? But here's the problem, though. You see, there's another reason why I got a problem with the conscious community. They teach you to be feeble-minded. See? You become weak mentally, you become weak emotionally, and you lose that warrior spirit. And you start sounding like a victim. You start sounding like a female. A female can sound like a victim. That's perfectly fine because she's a woman. A man is not supposed to sound like a victim, my brother. A man is supposed to get out there and find a way. We are supposed to be problem solvers. We are supposed to move mountains. Okay, we were enslaved and some bad things happened to us, and we'll never forget that. But what are we doing now to better our situation? That's totally up to us. The only people that's stopping us is us and the people who are working against us, like the conscious community, who keep telling you to stay focused on what happened in the past. See, I would tell you, don't be focused on what happened in the past. Don't forget what happened to the past, but be focused on producing now. You don't have anything now. So what are you gonna do? Walk about what happened years ago, 500 years ago? We aren't the only people that things happen to, my brother. The difference between us
Okay.
and other people, hold on. The difference between us and other people have gotten back up off the ground. They've been knocked down and they got back up. The Indians were nearly, let me say something about the Native Indians. They were nearly wiped out. Look at them now. They call their own shots. They got their own land. They got special laws for them. Look at them now. And they the only ones like that. The Mexicans got a lot of land taken from them. Look at them now. They done occupied them lands again. They're all in California. Other people have been knocked down too. The difference is they got back up. The Chinese, they were enslaved several different times. Look at them now.
Okay. He says, yeah, I get it. They practice slavery all over the world, but American slavery was unique. American slavery was designed to destroy people and keep them destroyed.
All slavery is designed to destroy people. It's designed to destroy your free will. It's designed to destroy your psychological state of mind and your identity. Now, here's the problem. The Chinese, right? They were trying to destroy them too. They was trying to make them think that they were actually dogs and that they weren't people.
Okay.
And do you know that the Chinese, when they were occupied, dogs were treated better than them? And dogs actually had more rights than them?
Mm.
They tried to destroy them too. I can show you some history of Chinese people where they sound like black folks. Don't forget who you are. Know who you are. Remember who you are. Don't forget that you're Chinese. Don't let them take your identity. Don't let them destroy who you are. You can even hear that in their kung fu movies when they do kung fu movies that involve their history. They were trying to be destroyed as a people as well. They didn't let it happen. So we shouldn't let it happen either. We got to stop laying down. We got to get up and start walking and swinging. All this woe is me shit, the world is on hard. Don't nobody give a damn about how we feel. What is he saying?
He hasn't said anything new yet.
And, and the thing about it is, we got to get out of this victim. Yes, our ancestors went through a terrible time. Don't ever forget that. Keep that in your heart. Let that be the fuel for you to be successful so your ancestors will not have died in vain. You see, What you could have did to get back at slavery, you could have built a powerful nation. You could have came in here, started buying up buildings, property, and producing massive businesses. You could have got a hold of the agriculture. You could have fought back. You could have gotten to stick people and legislate. How you think the Jews did all of that? Why do you think the Jews are so powerful?
Mm.
They snuck their people into places of power so that they would never go through what they went through again. White man hate the Jew as much as he hate blacks because he can't do nothing about it. The Jew had made himself powerful.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Jew's weapon? That pen. That pen ain't no joke. With one stroke of that pen, he can end your life. What are we doing? Are we getting our people in positions of power? No. We're in the street marching, singing Negro spirituals, and got our young brothers running around here talking about the mathematics of the day is build and destroy. Like that actually means something.
So I don't know if he dropped off or he just has no more to say.
I mean, you know, we can do this. I'm here with the you. You can go and get it if you want to get some help. You can go back and get a conscious brother and bring him up in here. You can get more than one.
Oh no, okay, he's speaking now. No, it ain't Max. All the slaves were treated with a certain level of humanity, even and accepted as the slave master family after a while. But American slavery was unique. It is designed to keep us destroyed. Tell that to the men who had their testicles removed to be made into eunuchs.
Exactly, eunuchs and stuff like that. Well, what's keeping you destroyed? Well, apparently you don't know much about slavery and you don't understand how slavery works. So let's move on to this, okay? Who's keeping you destroyed now, other than yourself? There's nothing holding you back right now. Nothing. You can do whatever you want to do right now. There's nothing stopping brothers from getting together, putting their heads together. Look at those women down there in Georgia. Do you know a woman coordinated all of them families and they bought all that land? Ain't nothing stop her. She don't think she destroyed. What? Nothing stopped her. Now they got all that land down there and they building on it. What's stopping you? Nothing. So who is staying destroyed? You staying destroyed mentally because that's something that you're comfortable with.
Okay, okay, this one is pointed towards me. That's what I'm talking about, Daniel. That's what they did to George Washington Carver. Yes, but the Muslims and the Moors, they didn't do
Did you
this
need
just to
this?
one man.
Um,
They did it to whole tribes of men. Kept their
Will
daughters
Rogers.
and their mothers as their
Okay.
personal concubine and made them into eunuchs. And the reason why they treat them like family is because they were because of their sisters, their mothers, and their
Now, do I have
daughters.
another toll to pay?
So of course they're
I'm
gonna
going
be
on with the
treated like
Texas.
family. That's his only family he has. He cannot produce any children because he's been castrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you. You too.
so but don't let us concentrate on which slavery was worse, or that we need to move and stop letting it hinder us. Okay, because the Moors and the Muslims, do you think they allowed them to keep their tribe and history? No. The women they made concubine, they made them learn their religion, their history, and their children.
Okay.
Hmm.
So my thing is, right, if other slaves were treated with humanity, right? Okay. You can say the same thing. Okay. So you're saying that black folks in America wasn't treated with no humanity or whatever. Okay. All right. And so, well, then what about the house niggas, the Sambos,
The coons.
the coons? What were they about? And my thing is, you say it's designed to keep people destroyed, right? The only thing that's keeping you destroyed is yourself. You can stop thinking about this shit right now if you want to. I don't let none of this shit affect me because if I did, I would be nowhere and I would amount to nothing. You see, that's where the destruction come in, right? To where you allow it to continue to affect you. That's where the destruction come in. And that's called self-destruction. It's designed for you to destroy yourself. It can't destroy you if you don't let it. It's designed for you to destroy yourself. And that's what you're doing.
Okay, what he's saying now is what I'm trying to say, bro, is that many of our people don't know these things. So if their parents don't know these things and the schools won't teach us these things, then how do we know it?
Well,
That's
here's the thing. The reason why a lot of our people don't know these things is for one, they've been told they've been told that the family isn't a place anymore where you should get your information, right? They've taken your knowledge of self out of the family, out of the household, and threw it over halfway across the world to Africa. So that's the first thing they did to you, sending you on a wild goose chase. So now you don't understand that your knowledge of self comes out of your household anymore. That's one. Two, they feed you a bunch of this BS about Kemet and all these fake sciences, right? You have to understand something. In the grand scheme of things, you are powerless, right? Everybody hungers for something. So if you've never had power before, psychologically, you're going to hunger for power, even if that power is false, right? And so they give you a false sense of power by psychologically empowering you with a bunch of fairy tale stories that sound good, that sound like they're knowledgeable, that sound like they're going to uplift you, that sound like they're going to do something for you, but they do absolutely nothing. They're going to tell you about, yeah, how people built the pyramids. They're going to tell you that these hieroglyphics tell you that black people was the first one with a language. They're going to tell you about the Rosetta Stone. They're going to tell you about the sandstone. They're going to tell you about how our people used the Nile, right, intelligently to help build the pyramids, where they used the damn Nile as a lift. They're going to tell you how our people figured all this stuff out mathematically. They're going to tell you that we're the smartest people in the world. And you're going to buy into it. You're going to walk around here thinking you somebody, right? When in the grand scheme of things, you're a nobody. You don't produce anything. Production is what counts. This world is about production. It's not about Hotep, and it's not about how much you know about Kemet. Let me explain something to you. You can always study your so-called knowledge of self. You can always go and study your history. That's not something you need to concern yourself with. What you need to be concerned about immediately is production. We own one half of 1% of the wealth in this country. That is absolutely atrocious. That is nothing. So, what does that tell you? We have no power. We have no wealth. We own no land. So that means we have no voice. That means we don't count. And at the end of the day, that is what it's all about. Ain't about us walking around here talking about, well, the slavery was designed to keep people destroyed. The hell with later for all of that. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us, bro. Telling these sob stories. When I read about our history in slavery, man, it broke my heart. Especially what happened to those children. But I realized the best thing I could do for my ancestors is to become highly successful and teach my other brothers and sisters to become successful. That's what I can do to ensure that my ancestors didn't die in vain. I can become a huge success and teach other black people to be the same way. If our ancestors were alive today, they would be upset with us. They would probably say, why are you wasting your life worrying about us? Why haven't you done anything for yourself? If they came back to life today, what do you think they want to see? They want to see production. They want to see what you have done with your life. What you have produced. Where are the new buildings? Where's the new history? That's what they want to see. And they're going to be disappointed because they're going to run into people talking about hey man, since you guys died, man, we really couldn't get over the fact that y'all died and we didn't really do nothing. We spent 340 or 400 years telling the white man that he a devil. You think they're going to want to hear that? You think your ancestors would be proud of that? There's some shit like that, knowing that they died in vain and you didn't do nothing? You didn't produce anything? You ain't got shit to show them? Hello?
So here's what he says now. But like I said before, most black people come from broken homes. So how do our younger generation learn about things that other minorities come to this country with who didn't go through what we went through?
Well, we gotta teach them. We gotta teach them. We gotta teach them how to build. Let me explain something to you, right? Amish people. Do you know their young boys are almost master carpenters at the age of 12? Amish people, mostly all they do is build furniture. And a lot of them carpenters that build that furniture are 12 to 15-year-old boys. They teach their boys carpentry. You ever see some of the furniture that the Amish make? That shit is expensive. Okay? So my thing is, we got to start teaching our boys skills. Our boys need skills so they can begin to build a nation. A nation isn't going to get built by itself. You need certain types of skills to build a nation. We got to start teaching our young boys these skills. That's the first thing we need to do. to start getting them to become productive. Then we throw in the knowledge of self while they're producing. But we need to teach them to produce first. Because it's going to take a long time to teach them who we are. And that's the time that they can be productive. So we got to teach them skills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's nothing to say you can't teach the history and the skills at the same time. You know?
No, no, because no. You want to teach them skills first without the history, because you don't want nothing to impede. The skills are extremely important.
Oh, okay.
You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing to impede the skills. You want them focused on the skills first, because you got to build a nation.
Hmm.
Why other nations? Why other nations of people stand right? It's because they teach their sons how to build and maintain a nation. So when the fathers are dead, the boys still can add on to the nation and maintain what their fathers built. And then they can build shit themselves. They can add on to it. They can expand the nation. How you think the Chinese managed to stay Chinese all of this time? How you think these nations? How you think these races of people managed to stay who they are all these years? They teach their younger generation how to maintain and build a nation. That's how Hindus stayed Hindus for all of these years. Chinese stayed Chinese for all of these years. And so on.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Oh, Hassan said for a while I felt some type of way because my mother and father didn't open my eyes to this knowledge of self. I actually held a bit of grudge, then realized they might have been protecting me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Your parents give you your knowledge of self. Sometimes they don't want to give it to you because some brothers and sisters don't like what happened to us in this country. But
Mm-hmm.
understand something, like it or not, you have to come to the realization of the truth, right? You were born in this country. This is your country.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we can call it all kinds of names. We can say we hate this, and that, and I get it. But it doesn't change the fact that this is your country and this is where you were born and you're a native of these lands. You're not African. You're not Egyptian. Okay? You're not Aboriginal. You're not a Moor. You're none of that.
Mm-hmm.
You are a native to these lands. And I think one of the things that's holding black people back is that we don't want to accept who we are. And we spend most of our time trying to appropriate other cultures because we hate who we are. And that's why we can't produce anything. We spend too many time walking around here talking about some Hotep shit, thinking we a goddamn Egyptian. Too much time running around here calling ourselves African names, wearing dashikis and koopies and shit, talking about we African. Spend too much time running around here dressing in fucking Indian hair wraps, talking about you're fucking descendant of fucking Gandhi or some shit like that. Every goddamn day is something new other than being black. And that's why we can't produce shit. You're too busy walking around here appropriating other people's cultures because you hate yourself. The first thing, you want solutions, I'll give you solutions. The number one thing that we got to stop doing, number one thing, is stop hating our women. Our women are who we are. Without our women, we are absolute zeros. We are a 10 with our women. They are the one and we are the zero. You get rid of the one and you have nothing but a zero left. With them, we are a 10. Without them, we are an absolute zero. That's the first thing you got to stop doing. You got to start getting your mind right and getting this bullshit out of your head, this damn hatred. And stop listening to these bums who are poisoning your mind. Some of y'all are too old to be psychologically manipulated by these bums. Too old for that. How you gonna be 35 years old and this is some guy to tell you to hate your woman? You 30 years old, some dude tell me, hey man, your woman ain't shit. You should start hating her. What? You 30 plus years old.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny, you're my brother, man. I respect you, man. I don't love men, okay? I respect men. As I said before, you guys have heard me. Love is for women. Respect is for men. We love women and we respect men. Well, if they earn our respect. But I respect you, my brother, you know, and I enjoy the conversation. I don't have a problem. And if you want to come in here with some more of your conscious brothers, you can bring them in here too. And we can all get it on. I don't have a problem. Matter of fact, y'all should come up on the panel one day and we can have a big old discussion about this stuff. We can, do a special show if you want. And again, my brother, this is not a fight. We're building. We're learning each other. We're trying to exchange information. I'm from a generation, that's older than yours. So I'm trying to show you what I know. You're showing me what you know. We're talking. We're communicating. We're trying to find a common ground with the things that we're saying to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dismissing what you're saying. I'm listening to what you're saying. And then I'm countering with some things on my own. This is a build, brother. This is not a fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're trying to understand each other and we're trying to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want you to think that I'm fighting you. It's not a fight. We're trying to help each other improve. So what is he saying?
So far he ain't saying anything.
Right.
Crew come in and said hi. Hassan says, "Damn, my brother, that's game." And that we become the real culture vultures.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
We're up here appropriating everybody else's culture. We're talking about, people are stealing our culture. Well, we're walking around here culturally screwed up too. Oh man, you think it's remember when the Black Panther came out, y'all?
Uh-huh.
Oh my man, me and my wife went to go see it in the movie theater. Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Black folks showed up and showed out with every piece of African garb that they can find.
Mm-hmm.
I seen people that had turbans on their head as long as broomsticks. I seen earrings that was the size of cymbals. Earrings the size of tamarines. Y'all know what a tamarine is? You ever see a tamarine?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I seen earrings as big as tamarines.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
They had, talk about culture appropriate. Wow. It was a grandiose, over the top, kaleidoscopic display of African regalia that will rival P Funk.
All right. So now he goes right, Max. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, you're my brother, man. We're building. Ain't no fight here. We trying to learn. We trying to find ways to communicate, brothers. We got to work together. You understand what I'm saying? We can't be all forget all this fighting. We ain't got no time for all of that. Okay? We got to get together. We got to work together. We got to figure out how we're going to get this shit done. We got to learn how to communicate with each other. We got work to do. We got work to do as brothers. We got a community to correct. We got women to protect. We got shit to build. We got kids to teach. We ain't got time to be fighting each other.
Mm-hmm. The sign says, I see drums, ankh, bees, kufis, turbans. I guess like
Yeah,
the Black Panther thing.
yeah, man. They had unks that was as big as watermelons, bro. I mean, black folks showed their ass in the movie theaters. And then when we sat down, some dude had on some kind of I still don't know what that was. Some kind of shirt that had like a collar that looked like some kind of long ass boomerang or something. I mean, it was just wild, dog. And then on top of that, everybody in there had spicy Popeyes chicken. We were sitting like in the third row from the movie screen, and all we smelled was spicy Popeye chicken. And we ate for free. They were passing the chicken around. So we in there dressed like crazy, eating Popeye's chicken. But you know what? I loved it. These are my people. These are my black people. I love my people. Me and my wife was shaking our head like, man, only black folk. We laughed about it, chuckled about it later. But you know what? If we had to do it all over again, right? We would have brought some drinks with the chicken. Hello?
Right. Okay. All right. Pretty Black Magic just popped in. She's going black folks and chicken. Hello, everyone.
I loved it, man. We had after we got over this African regalia display, because they blew us. The stuff I seen people wearing, I didn't even know people could wear.
Hmm?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them, they had on wild stuff, man. I'm talking about, it's hard to explain. They had on some wild stuff.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they had on wild stuff, man. I mean, they had these long. This one woman had these long fingernails with some totem pole stuff wrapped around. I mean, some dude had a snake. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. They was on some African. I mean, they just went crazy with the African gear. And we saw some wild stuff, man. We saw a lot of traditional African wear. We saw different tribal wear. It was wild, man. I mean, some of the people had some serious shit on.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kent the
Yeah, some of them had some serious shit on. Yeah, man. Some had some serious shit on. And so, but I mean, it's black folk, man. It's our people, man. You know what I'm saying? So, my only Problem with it was we didn't have nothing to drink with the chicken because the chicken was spicy and it was hot. So I was sitting there, my damn mouth burning half the damn movie. You know. So so I'm like, well, damn, if we ever do this again, we got to make sure we get something to drink, huh? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if I had to do it all over again, I would just bring drinks. But it's my people, man. I mean, I wasn't like, I didn't feel threatened or anything. I mean, I felt at home and I was perfectly safe. My people was all around me. Everybody in the damn movie theater was black. There wasn't one white person in the movie theater that we were at. Not one white person. Everybody in the movie theater was black, and they showed up and showed out with the pageantry. Mm-hmm. When I tell you they had on everything that you can possibly think of that was African, that probably is an understatement. Mm-hmm. Okay, kente cloth, all kinds of stuff. I still don't know what this one dude was wearing, man, with that boomerang collar. I don't know what that was, man. But I still don't know what that was. Anyway, so maybe I'm gonna ask Abby about that. Okay. I don't know what that was. But anyway, so but I was safe. I was around my people, man. I wasn't afraid of anything. It was chilling, man. Very comfortable. So it dispels the myth that black people can't be somewhere without starting a fight. But nobody started. No, everybody was chilling. Everybody was getting fit. It was like being at a big ass indoor cookout. Hello?
Yeah.
There was plenty of chicken being passed around. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I mean, it was like an indoor cookout. Mm-hmm. Some lady had napkins and shit. You passing out napkins, everybody's they can wipe their fingers and it was fun though. I mean, everybody was like really into the movie. Mm-hmm. A lot of whoa, oh, it was pretty good, man. It was a lot of fun, man. I enjoyed being around my people, man. Like I said, I felt the safest I ever felt in my whole life, man. I was surrounded by black folk. Mm-hmm. There was not one white person in that theater. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shoes. They made money off of us because they kept the Black Panther in my town and the surrounding towns for a month when they normally hold at the max.
Well, I don't look at it like that. I mean, a lot of people are getting into all of this conspiracy and talking about it was evil and they trying to screw black people. Look, it was a comic book movie.
They were making money.
Huh?
They were about making money. They weren't.
Did you just cut me off?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, I apologize.
Yeah, look, man, I heard people do movies on it, and try to find everything and a damn needle in a haystack. Oh, this was evil. They made Killmonger out to be Killmonger was the black people. Come on now, really? It was a comic book movie, people. This is what I'm talking about being feeble-minded. Don't be psychologically weak. It was a comic book movie. That's all it was. See, when you do stuff like that, you show the people who are in control, right, how mentally weak you are and what they can continue to do to you. Y'all walking around here thinking Wakanda was for real. And that Eric Killmonger represented black folks. Ain't representing me. I'm not psychotic. Killmonger was psychotic. Ain't representing me. The Black Panther don't represent me either because I thought he was weak. How you gonna be? How you gonna represent a ferocious beast like a panther, a Black Panther, and you passive as hell and soft-spoken? I didn't go to the movie looking for no, wow, this is fucked up. They making black people look bad. This is our ancestors they making fun of. Man, look, it was a comic book movie.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Let's stop being feeble-minded and wearing our emotions on our sleeve and get all hot and bothered when we see something on the screen that got black people in it. It was a comic book movie, people.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
It had nothing to do with our ancestors. Killmonger wasn't black people. There was none of that going on. It was a comic book movie.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was cool that they actually had one that was black.
Yeah.
It's about damn time. Tired of seeing all these white superheroes, fake ass superheroes. Can we get some fake black superheroes? That's all it was. Oh man, the podcast I heard, man, cats went in deep. Man, Wakanda was Uganda. And Uganda and Musa Sidi Aline and all that. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all really getting too far with this stuff.
Dang, I didn't think they were doing anything like that.
Man, they was going in. They was on some in the mathematics and the science. The 5% was all over the shit. When you see the pyramid people, the mathematics of this sign, because he moved his elbow, and that angle means, that triangular shape means that black people used to own the pyramids. And the black people, they painted the pyramids black. And the white man came and painted the pyramids white. And then the black man came back and painted the pyramids black again, but got interrupted by the white man. They got into a big fight, and the paint spilled. That's how you got gold.
Mm.
I mean, just some of the craziest shit I've ever heard. Y'all got to stop listening to these people with this crazy shit. The earth is flat. Got people talking about something. Well, let me break down what this really meant. You see, this means the devil.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead and say something, Dave, because you're going to keep interrupting me. Okay.
No, I wasn't interrupting. I was stretching.
No, go ahead and say something.
Okay, yeah, I saw all the people get into it. I went to see after, the pageantry died down, people dressing up, and people like, you ain't gonna watch it yet? You need to go watch it. It's showing black people. And I seen it and I was like, okay, they're showing a lot of Africans. Even Killmonger himself is a African American. His father is African. But I, identified, I just became more curious about the background in Killmonger. I said if it wasn't for the commentaries, I wouldn't know what all these African meant or what these African tribes they were representing was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what, and it's it's sad because Killmonger was a broken young man whose father was murdered. He became psychotic. I'm sorry, that's not a representation of me. I didn't like neither one of them. I thought the Panther was a bum too. I thought he was a punk. Okay, so the only people I liked was the Jabari tribe. They was on some real man shit. That's the only people I liked in the whole movie, the Jabari tribe. The gorilla people. Okay, I was with that, but the rest of the shit, I didn't even like it. Then you got what's the dude name? Wakabi, the general. How the hell you the general of an army and shit? And I mean, I don't know. I just had a problem with the whole movie, man. Like, hello?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I didn't see what the big the tracas was. I mean, what the big deal was about it. Yeah, yeah, it was nice. It's good to see a lot of black people, see different black
Yeah, it was.
tribes. But
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was tight.
hmm
Know what I'm saying? But let's not get all excited about. Well, this was a depiction of our history, and this is what black people did. We had technology like that and all this other stuff. And Wakanda is really real. That's the way black people used to be before the white man came. Let me tell you something. If that's the way black people used to be, then how the hell did the white man fuck them over? With technology like that, are you serious? If if black people had technology like that, how the hell are we in this position right now? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that technology and the Black Panther, that was some sick shit.
hmm
Okay, you ain't beating them. You're not beating them. Matter of fact, you can't even get close to them.
hmm
So how you gonna beat them? So show me where we had that technology at. If we had that technology, the position we're in right now, I don't think so.
I would be
So
mad
I'm
as
saying,
heck.
people, I'm sorry, but y'all have to stop being so feeble-minded. Okay? They're playing games on your mind. They're playing tricks on your mind because they know that you thirst and you hunger because you don't have anything. They got you powerless. And so they feed your mind anything they want to feed you, and your mind grabs onto it because you have nothing else of your own established. So you go out there on the limb with them on these wild goose chase, these psychological wild goose chases. Oh, Wakanda, that's the way black people used to be. Our ancestors. No, they wasn't like that. You think if they were like that, that the white man would ever defeat them? How would he have to? If they had that kind of technology back in the day, how the heck does a white man defeat them, bro? Explain that to me.
hmm
You can't even find them. How is he going to defeat them? You can't even find them. They had the ability to cloak their entire nation, their entire island. They cloaked themselves. How is a white man defeating them? If that's the way, if that, see, you got to be able to use common sense.
hmm
A lot of you don't use common sense. Again, being feeble-minded, right? You believe in this crap because you don't have any power. You don't own anything. So you're desperate to try to grab onto anything, and they know that. And they feed you this bullshit, and you fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, thinking our ancestors had that kind of technology. But you're not looking at the practicality and the simple, the common sense of it all. If they had that kind of technology, would we be in the position we are today? Hell no. So what
hmm
does that tell you? They did not have that kind of technology.
hmm
What's going on in the chat?
Okay. Hassan said people at my job bum rushed me about the movie. When I finally seen it, honestly, I wasn't that enthusiastic about it. I'm with
No,
you.
no, it really wasn't nothing. It was all right for a second or two, but I mean, it was what it was. It was a comic book movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get all bent out of shape talking about some Wakanda and Wakanda forever and all this other nonsense. There was no Wakanda. If there was a Wakanda, are you kidding me? It was all right. It wasn't. I mean, I haven't watched it. I only watched it twice, but I haven't seen it since then because I don't like the Black Panther. I thought he was a punk. I didn't think he was. I didn't think he was hard. I thought he was a punk. So I was turned off by that. I thought he was a punk. You see what I'm saying? If anything, Killmonger should have been the real Black Panther. And then Killmonger was a psychotic nut. Y'all want to talk about he was black people? He represented black people? So are you saying we're all psychotic nuts?
Mm-hmm.
Think about what you're saying. Because you're caught up in symbolism. Think about what you're saying. Are you saying that black people are all psychotic? Because Killmonger was a psychotic nutcase. Y'all want to talk about, well, Killmonger was the real hero. Killmonger was the black people. He wanted to free his people. What people? Have you ever seen his people? What people he wanted to free? Do you even know who his people was?
Mm-hmm.
You just assume that his people was black people, right? But did you take into consideration that Killmonger was a CIA agent?
Wow.
And that his people could have been members of his team that were captured doing various missions, and he wanted to free them? Remember, they said that he was sent in to destabilize countries. To do something like that, you got to have a pretty big crew. So some of his people probably got caught and captured in certain countries, and he wanted the freedom. You ever thought about that?
Mm.
How many of you thought about that? That the people he wanted to free was actually his own team.
Wow.
The man was ex-CIA. His job was to go in and destabilize countries. To do that, you need a pretty big crew. That's not something a man could do alone. You need a whole operation to do some shit like that. So did it ever occur to any of y'all that he was talking about freeing members of his crew? What people? You still don't know what people he was supposed to be freeing. You just assumed that he was freeing African Americans. Freeing them from what? Jail? You just assumed because you're caught up in symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not exercising common sense. The man was ex-CIA.
Mm-hmm.
His mode of operation was to destabilize countries. What are you
Yeah.
saying in the chat?
All right. I didn't like how they made the black women bald and masculine warriors.
Well,
They took kids out of school and bus.
yeah, I didn't like that either. I thought the GI Jane shit was problematic. And I'm not sure why black women wasn't upset by that. I understand some African women go bald headed. That's not what my concern is. Okay? I'm really not concerned about the bald head stuff. I'm concerned about the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I had a problem with. They had them acting like G.I. Joes. I didn't like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you don't see the Black Widow acting like that. What's the white girl name that plays the Black Widow? Saint something.
Johansson?
Yes, yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. You don't see Scarlett Johansson acting like that. You didn't see Laura Kraft. You didn't see Angela Jolie, who played in Tomb Raider, act like that. You didn't see the woman that played Wonder Woman act like that. You didn't see the white woman that played Captain Marvel act like that. They were all feminine. Oh, and by the way, they were kicking ass too, but they were very feminine. So I had a problem with the behavior. I had a serious problem with the behavior.
Mm.
I didn't mind the bald heads. I thought they looked sexy. A lot of some African women do have bald heads. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a problem with that. They were beautiful women.
I didn't like the fact that they had the black men and women fighting each other in the big
Well,
fight
well,
scene.
well, I'm not concerned with that because you're talking about a country that's all black,
Uh-huh.
and you're talking about a mutiny within their ranks. There's going to be black on black fighting.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I wasn't concerned with that. I didn't. To me, that was neither here nor there.
Mm.
When you got somebody that's trying to overthrow your government or overthrow your throne or whatever, you're going to have to take them down. Whether they black or whatever, it don't matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't concerned with that. I had no issue with that. That was to me that was neither here nor there. I was more interested in the fact that they had the women behaving like GI Joes. I had a big problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why black women and then black women, right? Again, y'all don't hear me say much about y'all because I love y'all to death. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this: y'all dropped the ball. Y'all got caught up in the pageantry and wasn't offended by they had the Delage Maury walking around acting like men, acting like GI Joes.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should have been offended by that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
so, yeah, I appreciate that. Now, as far as Eric Killmonger killing the black woman and all that, okay, people. For one, he's a psychotic nut job. He don't represent black men. I heard all of this. Yeah, they promoting him killing black women. He's not killing black women.
Mm-hmm.
It was a part in the movie. They got into a war, and in war, death happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they would have killed him if they could. They were at war. He didn't kill black women, and he's not a representation of black men. It was a psychotic nut job in the movie. That has nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman he killed in the movie does not represent black women. I mean, the stuff I heard was absolutely insane. We're so feeble-minded. Oh, he killing black women. No, he's not. Oh, that's black men. That ain't black men. The dude is a psychotic nut job in a movie. Got nothing to do with black men.
Uh-huh.
They were at war. They were fighting to the death. Somebody was going to die. Either he was going to kill one of them or they were going to kill him. That's what that was about. Wasn't about nothing else. Wasn't about no black men killing black women. Wasn't about black men killing. Wasn't about none of that. What's in the chat?
Okay. So, all right. Not much. From too much different. Yes, ma'am. It was cray cray. Didn't like how they made black women look bald and masculine. The sound said, "Yeah, it is a little cray cray." And let's see. Um, uh, Pretty Black is cursing government agents. Now I really don't like Black Panther. Gloria was too. Scarlet. Okay. Oh, okay. Black women are still on the front line fighting for the black race here in the U.S. I'm tired of being portrayed as mean and masculine. That's pretty black magic. And Hassan is like Killmonger. I'm your king now. Oh, he's quoting the movie. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 We went from simplicity versus consciousness. Well, you know what? That could kind of apply to the movie. You know, uh, um, Killmonger was trying to do the simplified. We're gonna free all our people, and we got it. We're gonna use it. While T'Challa was like consciousness and peace and elevation. Oh my, oh, they hyped the movie. They hy- they hyped the movie by saying it was a black director. Money still went to the white studios. Well, yeah, we don't have a well, until recently we didn't have a black studio. Uh, the Now that Tyler Perry got a studio, we can start doing movies at his studio. Uh, mhm, yeah, but yeah, they definitely hype the movie. They always do. But they know that we would show out if they if it would come out. Shoot, even those who weren't into Marvel movies or Marvel anything, they they became Marvel fans after the Black Panther movie. Hmm. Yeah, and so yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so I'm sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, it was a lot of bullshit in that movie. It was good though. It was okay for black folks to see a fake black superhero, just like a lot of fake white superheroes, fake Captain Americas. But other than that, it was pretty cool. But I really will refrain from reading anything into it. It was a
Okay.
fictional tale, and that's all it is. It doesn't depict black people. There was no Wakanda. Our ancestors didn't have that kind of technology and all this other shit.
Mhm. Mhm.
The shit I heard was otherworldly. Man, Cass was drawing comparisons to gods, and it was just unreal what I was hearing, man.
Mhm.
Eric Killmonger is black men killing black women. No, Eric Killmonger is a psychotic nut job in a movie. It ain't got nothing to do with black men. And no, he does not represent black people. We're not all psychotic. Got to stop being feeble-minded, people.
Mhm.
Stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. What's going on in the chat?
Okay. Tyler Perry has a studio now coming to
Yeah,
America.
he got a
Yeah.
he got a huge studio. You kidding me? Tyler
Mhm.
Perry owns a military base. Okay,
And mhm. and
and coming to America too was absolutely disgusting. They'd have been better off doing the same movie over again with younger people.
okay.
Seriously.
Mhm.
Eddie Murphy looked over the hill like he didn't know how to do. It just, I mean, Wesley Snipes looked like he had some kind of deformity. It was pretty bad, people. It was pretty bad. And the dude that they was doing the young boy had no business in the movie. It was just a ridiculous movie. They'd have been better off doing the same exact thing again, but with a younger crew. He could have had a young son following his footsteps and do the same exact thing with maybe a twist here and there. They'd have been better off doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because what they settled on to me was absolute garbage. I thought it was corny.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth going to see? In my opinion, absolutely not. Now, if you want to support black folks, go ahead and do that. I will not discourage people from supporting black people. Okay, because I mean, but I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I thought it was trash. To me, they would have done a better job. They would have. Oh shit. They would have been better off doing the same exact thing again,
Mm-hmm.
except with younger people and maybe a little twist here and there. To me, that would have been more successful. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that would have been more successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
because the shit that they, huh?
yeah, but I did like Coming to America too. You
I
know.
didn't. I thought it was trash. I thought it was trash.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought it was absolute trash.
Okay. Okay. Hassan said I read that Hancock was Will Smith, and pretty Black Magic said Tyler Perry always make black women look crazy as hell. Lee Daniels, same thing. Black men need to make black women look at least kind in these movies. Hassan is laughing. Dang, Max. What was Rick? Why was Rick Ross in the movie? I don't know. Yes, they made Big Leslie look awfully damn shame. Okay, so we went into the talking of the movie. Wait a minute, why was Rick Ross in the movie? Okay, I'm probably gonna have to watch it again. I don't remember Rick Ross being in the movie. Oh, wait. Was he that big dude that was talking to Wesley like one of his men or something? Yeah, there was a lot of what would they call it when you have kind of like a known celebrity do or cameos into the movie, but they don't really have anything to say, or they have a very small part. Yes, there was a lot of cameos. I got that. I like them. Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back, then.
hmm Yeah, but it could be that I'm very imaginative, so I deal with it the way it is. hmm What it is they forgetting what the first coming to America was about. That I remember some people didn't like the first coming to America. They thought it was corny. So hey, if the first one is corny. It's just that it became what they call it. You know, even though basically the movie is corny or whatever, it becomes a oh dang it, uh you know, it becomes a sleeper hit. You know, where people didn't care that they watched it anyhow, and they references a lot of the movies. You know, a lot of the movie and stuff like that. So if there was cameo appearances in the first one, there's cameo. There's gonna be appearance in that one. If it was corny in the first one, expect a certain level of corniness in the second one. Duh. Um. Mhm. So yeah. So you kind of expect that. Um. They make it sound like you know, it was like stuff that to me seemed like common sense. um like they wanted to know why was Morgan Freeman there. Morgan Freeman was there being Morgan Freeman. If a king of a very rich country wants to do a funeral where he's alive, and he wants a certain celebrity to eulogize him, then of course you pay them right money, celebrity will come and eulogize your living funeral. Yeah, there was someone that was speculating about why was Morgan Freeman duh, cuckoo, you know, um, because the king wanted him there. So, yeah, to me that was a big opportunity for a lot of cameos. You know, they had all these famous singers there. They altered their song to fit the king. That seemed the most common sense thing to me. He's, it did not feel out of place. Um, okay, see, it got me started on the Coming to America movie.
Wow, we
Uh,
hanging tough on her. Y'all some y'all some night owls, huh? All we need now, y'all, is some spirits. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm
Think
like,
about
why the
you
boy?
go man. You hear me, Dan?
Okay, yeah, you're a little low, but yeah, I hear you.
Am I low?
Yeah, it sounds to me like you're a little low. hmm
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I said we're being night owls tonight, huh?
Yeah.
All we missing is some spirits, y'all. You know, we can, get a couple of drinks and whatnot, and have a nightly conversation. How you holding up, old lady?
I'm holding up all right.
All right, but you know what to
hmm
do if you get tired. Just let me, you know,
Oh, okay.
because I'm good. I'm still driving, so I can keep going.
Okay.
So where were we?
We started talking about the Coming to America movie.
Yeah, yeah, man. I wasn't feeling it, man. I thought it was some BS. You know, I'm gonna tell you a movie that y'all should take a look at.
hmm
Right? That really got disrespected.
hmm
Y'all need to go watch After Earth.
Oh, okay.
That movie was epic. I'm telling y'all. Forget about what them white people said. That movie was epic. They didn't want that film to be successful because I believe Will Smith produced that film all on his own without the help of white folks, and they hated it because they wasn't connected to it,
hmm
and they wanted it to fail. I'm telling you, man, that movie was epic.
Oh,
Forget about
yeah.
what them white folks said. Y'all need to go watch After Earth.
Oh.
Matter
Yeah.
of fact, I might do a showing of it in Discord tomorrow.
Mm, okay.
Matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna play it in Discord tomorrow. You know what? So anybody want to see After Earth with us tomorrow? What time you want to stream it? Then you want to stream it around what, in the afternoon?
I'm gonna be running with some of my people, so it might be late in the afternoon.
All right. Like I
Mhm.
said, those of y'all who are members of our Discord, most likely what we're going to be streaming after 5 or something like that.
Um. I'm thinking more. Ooh, I'm thinking more like after 3.
In the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, good. All right, so we'll be available after 3, and we're going to be showing After Earth. So any of y'all interested, if you're not a part of our Discord already, they ain't dropped the Discord link.
Okay.
Just come on in. I think most of y'all are members of our Discord. Y'all hardly ever show up, but y'all members of our Discord, I believe some of y'all. Um, but y'all hardly ever show up. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, because I want y'all to see that movie, man. That movie was powerful, man. That was an epic movie. That movie was epic. Okay, the white people lied. They hated the movie because they couldn't attach themselves to it. Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
the worst. And I'm gonna tell you another movie that black women should be upset about. Y'all should be extremely upset about the movie Widows. They played y'all out some awful in the movie Widows. I mean, played y'all out something terrible in the movie Widows. They had black women sprinting, long jumping. I mean, it was horrible. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. I never listened to the critics on any movies, and I thought After Earth was a really good movie.
it was
Um,
epic.
I didn't see the Widows yet, so
Oh my
now you
goodness.
make me wonder if I should bother.
They had black women giving their lives for these white dudes. I mean, going all out, above and beyond attitude, the whole black woman thing. It was all good for white zaddy. I mean, it was bad. It made black women look like hypocrites. They embarrassed y'all in that movie. Y'all should go watch that movie and give some angry commentary in the in the comment section, and cuss those directors out. The writers cuss them all out because they played y'all out in that movie. Those women made black women look bad. I lost respect for Viola Davis. I no longer have any respect, and y'all know me. It's hard because I love black women, but I no longer have any respect for Viola Davis. I'm sorry. I lost all respect for Viola Davis. That was some super cool shit that should have never happened. I got you curious now, right there. You want to see the movie, right? Hello?
Uh-huh.
I got you curious. You want to see it now, right? Uh,
Uh, okay, yeah, so I can see what you're talking about.
well, we can do it if you can stay awake when we get out of here. If you
Uh,
want to see it tonight, we can load it up tonight.
uh, I don't know if I could do it. Stay awake. Okay, Kendall's back. He said I stepped away. What did I miss?
We was talking about we we got finished shitting on Black Panther. Then I was shitting on Coming to America. They ain't liked it. And then I was shitting all over Widows because Widows embarrass black women. And I think black women should be angry about that movie and need to go and leave some angry commentary or some angry comments on that movie's commentary board. And really give those directors and actors and actresses in that movie a piece of your mind. And I actually lost respect for Viola Davis because of that movie.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. Yeah.
I heard all the widows was married to
It was awful.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful. It was some super coon shit on another level. I mean, on another freaking level, man. They had track stars, Olympic hurdler. I mean, it was bad. It was bad, man.
Mm.
I mean, they had black women going above and beyond and then some. They were jumping for that white zaddy. And what killed me was they had all of the black women stereotypes in there. But it was all good for white zaddy, though.
Mm-hmm.
It was all good. And the other time, black women catch hell for them stereotypes. But in that movie for white zaddy, it was all good. They had the angry black woman in there. They had the black woman with the attitude in there. They had it all.
Uh-huh.
All good. And the other time, black women catch hell for that, right? Oh, but it was all good for white zaddy, though.
Mm-mm-mm. I don't know if I want to watch that. It don't seem like it's worth watching.
I think black women should.
I was in a hurry to watch it when before you mentioned it.
I think black women should watch it. Y'all need to be angry and give people a piece of your mind for representing you like this. This was a horrible representation of black women. One of the worst I've seen. Y'all need to give Viola Davis a piece of your mind. They need to cuss out the rest of the actresses, cuss out the producer, the writers. Everybody needs to get it.
Uh-huh.
You can go to the IMB thing where the movies at and go off in their comment section. Everybody needs to get it. Everybody. That movie was horrible.
Oh. Okay, what you mean a black man directed Widows? What black man directed Widows?
He need to be cussed out too. Everybody needs to get it. Everybody. All the actresses need to be cussed out and told that they should be ashamed of themselves. The producers, everybody needs to get it.
Kendall is saying the D word. Okay. Damn.
What D word? Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
That was one of the worst representations of black women I have ever seen. That was one of the most profound collectives of black woman bashing I have ever seen in my life. And black women need to watch that movie and go off afterwards. They need to cuss everybody. Everybody needs to be cussed out. Everybody needs to be told off. Like I said, I lost respect for Viola Davis after that movie. I ain't got no more respect for her. Playing some shit like that? Nah, you got it fucked up. I love black women, but when you play some shit like that, as far as I'm concerned, you done turned against black women. You're an enemy to black women. You playing some shit like that. Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Can't fuck with her no more, man.
Mm-hmm.
Got Morgan Freeman driving Miss Daisy. How you gonna play a happy slave? How you gonna play a happy freed slave and go back and do the same thing? Y'all ever seen driving Miss Daisy?
Yeah.
Man, that was the.
You got okay. Got to understand the time period, and he needed to work, and that's the way some black folks at that time period in those
I mean, don't you hate it when
areas
black
were like.
people? I mean, don't you hate it when black people are good at playing slaves? Why can't a black actor be terrible at playing a slave? Why they all gotta be good? Why they all gotta be good? Why they all gotta put forth Oscar-winning performances? Why? Remember the Ping of the Hunger, whatever her name is, the Kenyan woman? She got put on the mat for playing a slave.
Mm.
Kerry Washington in Django, right?
Uh-huh.
Playing the slave woman. Why black people got to be good at playing slaves? Why they got to put forth Oscar-winning performances playing slaves? Why can't somebody be bad at it? Why can't a black person be terrible at playing a slave? Why they all got to be good? Can we get one black person to be terrible at playing a slave?
Then there would be no movie.
Just one black person. They all got to be Oscar-winning performances? Slaves?
Well, how about doing a award-winning performance of playing a bad slave? You know, a slave that wouldn't accept slavery.
Got dudes playing butlers, Forrest Whitaker. The movie The Butler was ridiculous. He a butler, he a servant. His son was a Black Panther. I mean, that movie was crazy. You haven't seen The Butler?
Uh-huh.
That movie was crazy. The dynamics of that movie was insane. His son was a black. His son was on some. You a house. His son was so bad. His mama kicked him out the house. I didn't see that.
Yeah, yeah.
His son was calling them all kinds of coons. His son was a Black Panther. The dynamics of that movie was insane, y'all. Here's a butler with a slave mind, and his son was a Black Panther. Well, not a black. Well, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, Black Panther. You knew that. Son was a Black Panther. Coming in the house, calling them all kinds of coons and shit. Talking about you ain't shit. You a coon. You a house. Son calling them all out his name, yo.
Well, that is
He's serving white folks. His son coming in the house on some black power shit, talking about you a coon. I think that movie, that I'm sorry, man. That movie was funny to me, man. The dynamics of that movie was insane, y'all.
well,
It was insane.
okay.
Huh?
But think about it. At some point in history, there will be the bumping of the heads of the new and the older generation. What the old
Man, let me tell
generation
you
had to
something.
do.
That wasn't no bumping. That was an explosion. It's
Well,
sun.
yeah.
Look. It was night and day.
Hmm.
Dude was a slave. He was a mental slave. He was slave mental. He was a slave mentally. Okay. You could have freed him, and he would have came back on his own. Okay. His
Uh-huh.
mind was done. His mind was gone. He was a slave. Like I said, you could have set him free. He would have came back on his own.
Hmm.
That's how bad he was. And the son recognized that. His son was a Black Panther on some Black Power shit. It was in his pop's ass when you a coon. It was some wild shit.
Okay. It- Okay. Okay. If I remember right, at the time, his father was like the first black butler in the White House before all the
Man,
butlers.
his son didn't get none. His son didn't care nothing about that. All the
Okay.
son saw, all the son saw that his father was a slave.
Yeah, I know that.
He didn't care nothing about. And you know what? And I'm glad you brought that up. That's another
Mhm.
thing we got to stop doing, Black people. You got to
Uh-huh.
stop being so sentimental about slave history, serving white folks. That ain't nothing to be proud of. That ain't no badge of honor. That ain't nothing we should be telling our children. Yo, I served master good. I made sure his master's shoes was spit polished. And master let me sleep up under the bed along with the dog. And when me and the dog became good friends and we got on a first name basis. They gotta stop doing that, man. Ain't nothing being proud of not having your freedom and being made to serve someone who took that freedom away from you. We got to stop doing that. There's nothing proud about slavery. There was no honor in telling slave stories. You don't want to pass that shit down to your children. How good you used to be a slave, and how good you used to clean master's toilets, and how clean you used to lick his shoes. His son didn't want to hear that shit, and I don't blame him.
Mhm.
If that was my pops, I'd have jumped on them. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear how you a good slave. How long you been a slave? You want to hear that shit? Ain't nothing to be proud of. We gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop sitting up here making you saying, well, listen, he was a slave, right? And he had been serving that white man for 30 years. What are you telling me that for? I'm supposed to be okay with that? You supposed to be okay with that? I couldn't sit up here and tell no damn story about, hey man, that dude, hey man, don't say that to that dude because, hey man, he been serving them white folks for 30 years. He been doing it right for 30 years. Not telling nobody that. I'm not trying to sit up here and rationalize it and break it down like it was some real shit. That man's freedom was taken from him, and he was made to serve against his will by the very people that took his freedom and held him captive. And we supposed to make light of that. We supposed to be talking about something. Hey man, he's been serving them for 30 years. You got to understand. You know, he was trying to teach his son. Teach his son what? Go ahead, Dan. You were saying?
Okay. Okay, I obviously missed some part of that movie. I'm gonna watch it again. But yeah, okay, yeah, there's a time when okay, um okay, I wanted to say that even though there's a lot of our history that we ain't proud of, like free slaves coming back to work as sharecroppers on the master land and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't get their children to do what they did. They worked it and put up with it and did things to make sure their children did better than them. Sometimes you had to do things,
And how did they do that?
huh?
How did
Okay.
they do that?
Okay. They either sent them to college. They
Send
got
them to
them to
college.
leave the
Now,
state. Uh,
okay, now what did those kids turn into?
uh, the baby boomers.
Baby boomers. Now,
Hmm.
remember that sharecropping land stuff you was talking about?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Is that land still in the family?
Well, if they sharecropping, it's not in their family. They work in somebody else's land.
Okay, so they work in somebody else's land, right? So the
Hmm.
land ain't even in the family, right? So they just sharecropping for the hell of it, right? So basically, you're teaching your children to be nothing.
They
Don't
teaching
you? Teaching them what?
to do better than they did.
Like how?
Okay, as I said,
Do
some
they?
of them.
Well, okay. They go to college, right?
Mhm.
Fine. Do they own anything?
Some do, some don't.
Like what?
Um, they own their houses. Some of them have businesses. Uh,
Okay, are those businesses producing products? What kind of businesses are we talking about?
oh, okay, Max. Okay. I don't know every baby boomer. Okay. Okay. Let me
Well,
think.
we're not talking about every baby. We're just talking about the ones you're talking about.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. The baby boomers I'm talking about. Some of them went to college. Some of them went to other states to have better working
And
opportunities.
and, and
Okay.
black people.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on, let me say something. And
Mhm,
black people, let's understand something, right?
mhm,
It's not enough for us to have a black business.
mhm,
We have to have a successful black business.
mhm.
Okay, we have to get into the mindset of having successful black business, not just owning black businesses. And then there's things that we got to do because we got a long way to go in business. We got to train ourselves better than what we are because I've been to several black businesses. I patronize several black businesses even to the day, and they have terrible customer service, among other things.
Mhm.
But I don't stop supporting them. I go in there and I try to have a word with the manager because I'm cool with him. Hey, look, man, you might want to get old boy off the table. You understand what I'm saying? You're trying to serve food, do it over here, break dancing on the table. You might want to get him out of there. And can you please tell her to stop doing her hair while she's on the phone? Okay? Serving people. I mean, when you see things, now if that was a white establishment, I wouldn't have gave them a dime and I would have complained like hell. But it's because of my people, I understand that we have a ways to go when it comes to owning businesses and we need to be trained. And so when we see discrepancies in one of our people's businesses, if you're cool with the manager, just bring it to their attention and say, hey, listen, I understand you got cool waiters and all, but you see my man out there kicking it with his girl and ain't serving nobody. You might want to holler at him for a minute and tell him to get back to work. something like that. Just drop something in their ear. I do it all the time because I see crazy shit when I go into some of these black businesses. I seen people sitting up on tables and stuff like that. Hey man, you might want to get these folks off the table, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got a ways to go. We got a lot of customer service to learn, okay? And we got some shaping up to do. But I ain't got no problem with helping my people out like that, though. You know what I'm saying? I still patronize the because I know the people. So, but when I see something crazy, I'm on first name basis with the manager. Call him over, yo, hey man, so and so and so and so, and he'll go handle it. So that makes his business better. We got to help each other out like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not used to having successful businesses. We're still kind of new at it. The white man been in business for hundreds of years. We're just getting our feet in the door. So we're not as spit polished, as white folks. We got to work at it. We got some improvement to do. Mm-hmm. I've been to some businesses where, I went to go purchase something, and the girl behind the counter doing her nails act like she ain't even seen anybody. And and she apparently was having a bad day, but and she had a bit of an attitude. Okay, I didn't trip. I just told the man, hey, look, man, she may be having a bad day. Maybe you might want to put her in the back, have her do some stuff in the back, and put somebody else out there, but she's having a bad day. You understand what I'm saying? Something like that, help them out. Mm-hmm. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Let's see.
And we are terrible at customer service, y'all. Unless we're working for white folks. When we're working for ourselves, we are hard. Yo, we need to, ooh, boy. We got some work to do in customer service. I remember one time I bought something from a black business and I took it back because something was broken. When I went to the customer service, he was like, what you want me to do? Okay, we got to get better. Hello?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we got to get better now, Go ahead, Dan.
Oh, okay. I was reading a song comment. I had my commentary had froze. He said the butler father told him to submit to the white man, told him this is the white man's world. Okay, so the butler, his father made him become a butler?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Or the butler told the Black Panther son to submit to the white man and told him this is the white man world. Is that what it was?
Yeah. And then the woman that played his mother, Oprah Winfrey, slapped the shit out of him, talking about, this job paid for food and clothes and all that. Man, he wasn't trying to hear none of that shit.
Well, yeah. That is so totally not what I was talking about. There was no way. You want better for your children. You don't want them to be doing the same thing you're doing.
But you got to understand something, right? Mm-hmm. When your children grow up and they're old enough to understand, right? Mm-hmm. You think they're gonna want a parent? They're gonna feel good about a parent who enjoyed being a slave? I mean, how you think they're gonna feel like, well, yo, my pops was a slave, and he liked it. I mean, how you think it's gonna make them feel? He can't go around his friends talking about his pops. Pops is a slave. You don't want to hear that shit. You're talking about something. Well, me being a slave working with a white man, put clothes on your back, man. Fuck that. I'd rather run around here in a goddamn garbage bag than to have you be a slave to a white man to put clothes on my back. I'd rather you have your freedom, not only but in mind but in body. I think not only in body but in mind. I'd rather you have your freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Seriously, man. What they saying in
Yeah.
the chat?
Okay. 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 Let's see. Where was I? Oh, hold on. I gotta scroll it back a little bit. Um. That's what I'm talking about, Max. There's a lot of these movies that the only history that most black people know of. We need to learn about things that they won't teach us. We have
Right.
hundreds of successful black businesses in America. Black people should get subscription to Black Enterprise magazine. We have successful black businesses and black banks.
Uh. Uh huh. Yeah, but you know what, man? We talk about black banks and stuff like that, right? Black banks are still at the mercy of white folks.
Mm.
Okay. We don't have no true black banks. Just like we don't have any true black politics. People keep running around talking about some black politics. There's no such thing as black politics. You have no power. So how do you have black politics? Can't have black politics without having power. So black people, first of all, don't have anything. We got to get something first. Okay? We got to learn how to make stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We got to learn how to produce. You think black people can't build electronics? We can build electronics. We can undo technology. We can produce, but we're just not doing it because we got too many things breaking our focus.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest things that I don't like about what's going on, I hate the conscious community, man. I really do. I think that they really do damage to us because they reach those brothers that should be knee deep in their productive years.
Mm-hmm.
And they interfere with these guys. I don't like that. That hurts us.
So they enslaving the minds of these black
Exactly. And
men.
they got them walking around here on some whack ass fake hotep shit. Talking some crazy ass shit about science. And ain't producing anything. Everybody else is out producing us. Everybody. We ain't producing a damn thing.
Yeah. Okay. Son and they were Aaron Collins. They're going on about the movie. Cat Williams said the same thing about customer service. Oh, okay. In black business.
Yeah, man, we got terrible. We got some work to do, people.
Okay.
Okay, we got work to do. Trust me, we got some serious work to do in customer service.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in some black businesses, and I still patronize those businesses because I understand what's wrong. Those are my people, and I understand that we haven't had, the kind of time with business that the white man has had. We pretty much new kids on the block when it comes down to business. So we still don't know all of the ins and outs yet. We're still not good at it yet. So we got to train ourselves. We got to get better. We probably have some of the worst customer service, period. Black people's customer service and black businesses is in the toilet. Okay? We got to get it out of the toilet and get it fixed.
Okay. All right.
One of the biggest problems with black customer service is anger and attitude. And it don't just come from the women, it comes from the men too. It's both of them. As soon as you say to them something ain't right, they're gonna start arguing and fighting with you. Can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna start yelling at you. You can't do that. White man don't do that. White man don't allow those people to do that. They sit there calmly and try to solve your problem. They don't get mad when you ask them a question. A lot of black customer service people, they say one thing and they want to get you off the phone. When you got questions, they get mad. And it don't matter. It ain't just women. It's men too.
Mm-hmm.
They get upset. I was arguing with some dude 3 weeks ago. Some black dude on customer service.
Mm-hmm.
Told him how unprofessional he was.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a ways to go, black people. But we got to start helping each other. We got to train each other. We got to help each other improve. Like I said, when I see stuff like that in one of my people's businesses, I usually, cool with the manager. I just kick it to the manager. Hey, you gotta have so and so do such and such, man. All that dancing on the table. You got to stop all that. Just like my man, like my man who had remember the brother who got into it with the sisters for twerking
Mm-hmm.
in Texas. The sisters was twerking or something. He didn't want that in his establishment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You see, but you have to regulate. You just can't let people come into your place of business and do any old kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I would have been upset with him if he didn't say anything. Okay? You're not gonna come in here and start shaking your behind. This is a family-owned business. I ain't got no problem with you twerking, but you just can't do it here. I run a respectable business. We got kids in here. This is a family restaurant.
Uh-huh.
So up with all this twerking. Eh? And we got to start isolating shit. Just because you see a couple of black women twerking and showing their behind, all black women ain't doing that. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop taking isolated incidents and painting a broad brush over all our women. Like I said, we got some work to do, man. We got work to do.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely need some training in customer service. We got to get that straightened out because we got some of the worst customer service you can possibly think of. I can't even tell you some of it. Well, if you heard some of my customer service stories, this is about as bad as my trucker stories.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, Aaron Collins says Black Enterprise magazine is actually now owned by Johnson and Johnson.
Well, okay, so there you have it. That's the end of Black Enterprise magazine.
And Kendall said we got black banks that we're in control of. We have at least 22 black banks that we control.
No, you're not in control of no black banks. All those banks are controlled by the World Banks. There ain't no black folk control no World Bank. If they want to shut your bank down tomorrow, you'll be powerless to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
You think black people are banking on their own? They're part of a system. They're not outside the system.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to shut them banks down tomorrow, they'll shut them right down. Won't be nothing nobody black can do about it. Who you think they're dealing with? Where do you think they're getting that money from? The black community? No, it's coming from the government. The federal government. You think they got Keebler L's back there making money?
Uh-huh.
You're a part of the federal system. You don't control nothing. You're just a black face to appease black people. Those banks are backed by the feds. That's federal currency going through that bank. That ain't black currency. You don't have any money in this country. Show me a dollar bill. Show me the currency that black people own in this country. And when you show me our own currency, right, and a bank that's pushing our currency, then I'll agree with you that we own our own banking system. Until then, what kind of money comes out of black banks? Anybody want to take a wild guess? I'll tell you. Look in your purse or your pocket and pull out a dollar bill or a 20 or whatever you got.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of money that are in black banks. Guess who that money belongs to? Don't belong to black folks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a black man's signature on that money.
Mm-hmm.
When you have, what was it from Coming to America? Zamunda?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you have your own money, like they did in Zamunda, then we can talk about you having your own banking system. But right now, you are part of the system. All black banks are part of that Fed system. Blacks don't own and control nothing. You don't even have any currency. How you going to control the money? How you controlling the system when you don't have any currency? Explain that to me. What do you say?
Okay, Kendall goes right, Max. But the other so-called minorities don't have this problem because they have the cultural cohesiveness that has been ripped out of our people. How many of us have
See, you keep playing victim. That was a long time ago. There's nothing stopping you now for reversing the damage. You know what's missing. Start to. If you want a real bank, right, find out how you can create your own currency so you can have your own bank. We got to stop talking about what happened to us and start talking about fixing us. If all we're going to do is talk about what we used to be and what we had and what they took and they never gave back, we ain't going to never gain ground. We will never produce. We will never stand up in this world and be counted. We will never count. At some point, we start damage.
Morgan.
Hello?
Okay, you seem to be clearing up now.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear us?
At some point, we got to start fixing it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Hello?
Hello?
At some point, we got to start fixing the damage. Oh, my goodness. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Y'all hear me now? Am I back?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back. We can hear you.
All right, at some point, we got to start fixing the damage. We can't keep talking about stuff been ripped away from. Okay, we know that stuff been ripped away from us, right? How do we replace it? We got to start fixing it. We got to start teaching our kids better. We got to start doing different. We got to start working towards creating something that's going to change things. We have to start reversing the damage. Can't keep talking about what happened and we're doing nothing to try to change it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're not productive, Kendall. It's because a lot of black folks are sitting around crying over spilled milk. The world ain't got time for you to cry over spilled milk. The world is on hard. You think anybody care about what our plight is? Nobody don't care that we were victims. Nobody don't care about what happened to our people. The world is on hard. You either go hard or you go home. That's what's going on out here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody don't care nothing about you crying. Nobody don't care nothing about what happened to our people. They don't care nothing about our babies was fed to alligators. They don't care nothing about the atrocities that happened against us.
Mm-hmm.
This world is on hard. And if you ain't gonna be hard with it, then you're gonna get ran over by it. And ain't nobody gonna give a damn. They don't give a damn now. So we gotta lick our wounds and do what it takes to get into a position to make sure that never happened. The Jews did it. Why can't we do it?
Okay. Kendall says the Asian and the Spanish don't have their own currency in this country right now, but they're thriving. How is that? They have their own system. We have our own system, but we won't utilize it.
First of all, the Asians own, I think, what, 3 of the world banks? 3 or 4? And the Spanish own 1? What do you think Banco Popular is? You ever see Banco Popular? That's owned by the Spanish. And the Asians, I believe, own 2 or 3 of the world banks. They don't need they don't need currency. They control currency. I believe they own 2 or 3. I got to double check. But they own 2 or 3 of the world. And the Spanish own 1, Banco Popular. Ain't no black world bank. And Asians do have their own currency. Have you been to Asia? Their currency is exchanged over here in America with American dollars. They do have their own currency. The Spanish have their own currency as well, sir.
Let's see. Aaron is saying because they stick with each other and build together, Kendall, sometimes something that we currently won't do. That's why Asian Latinos are prospering.
And they have their own currency, bro. And they have world banks. Look up Banco Popular. What you won't find is a black world bank. Now, let me tell you something. We don't have a hopeless situation. Black people can easily come up out of this. But it's going to take effort. and it's going to take some unity. Everybody ain't got to be unified, but some people got to be able to work together.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we can produce a product that everybody needs to help get us out of this stuff. Because the first key to getting up out of this is generating money. You can run foreign people out of your neighborhood if you want to, without putting your hands on them, without going out there waving one sign. Just simply stop patronizing them, and they'll go away. You can't go to Chinatown, open up no business. You can open it up, but you ain't gonna make no money. You're gonna close it up as soon as you open it up, because ain't nobody gonna buy nothing from you. They ain't gonna come in front of your store talking about no justice, no peace. They ain't gonna come in there arguing with you about how come you ain't hiring Chinese people. No, they're not gonna purchase one thing from you because they understand that you need currency from them to profit and survive, and they're not going to give you that. And so you will be closing up shortly after you opened up. You can do the same thing in your communities and run these foreigners out of your community. But no, too many of y'all love Chinese food because you're feeble-minded. Oh, I need my Chinese food. I need my egg foo young. I need my fly lice. Feeble-minded. You're your biggest problem. A lot of these things you can take care of right now. Right now. You can run foreign businesses out of your neighborhood just by simply not going there and spending your money. They cannot survive without money. You want to have a lot of money in your neighborhood? Stop supporting foreign businesses and stop putting your money in these churches.
Oh, okay. Kendall says, I'm not talking about no banks. I'm talking about people circulating their money among themselves. I'm talking about them doing stuff that we don't do.
Okay.
Their currency
All right.
is over
I
here.
got it. Let me ask you a question, Kendall. Say you circulate the money amongst the people in your community. What's going to happen? Answer that question. What's going to happen? Because you don't own any businesses in your neighborhood. All the businesses are foreign. So what happens if you circulate the dollar in your community? Let me know when he answers. Because I like those answers to that one. Because you have no businesses to speak of in your own communities. You got a bunch of Chinese restaurants. You got Arabs with chicken spots. You got a bunch of foreign businesses. So if you circulated the money in your community, what is that going to do? Let me know when he answers.
Okay. Yeah. I'm reading Aaron Collins. He said, at this point, Max, I'm all tapped out on protesting. In fact, protesting has gotten on my last damn nerves. I have to disagree with you on that, Kendall. Oh, he's talking about what I read.
Did he answer the question yet?
No.
Yeah, I want to know the answer to that question. If you don't own any businesses in your neighborhood, what good does it to circulate the dollar? You won't benefit from it anyway. You have no businesses. So what are you going to do? Just pass the dollar around hand to hand? I want to know what his answer is. I want to see what he's talking about. You got to get the foreign businesses out of your community first. And you got to replace those foreign businesses with black businesses. Now you're talking about circulating your money. Because now that money is going into black hands. Black hands that own businesses in that community. Now that community is thriving. You can learn a lot from Oklahoma, right? Those black communities were rich because everybody in the community was black and they all had businesses. So their money circulated amongst black folks. That's how they was able to construct a Wall Street. They were black millionaires. Telling me that you need to circulate money in your community amongst yourselves with no businesses is the same as saying that black people need to buy supermarkets. Who is going to sell you those supermarkets? And what money do you have to purchase these supermarkets? Who's selling you these supermarkets? And where are these supermarkets going to be? Did he answer the question yet?
Okay. Answer. When we circulate our dollars among our people, we can shut these foreign businesses down. That's how.
No, stop it. No, son. You're putting the cart before the horse. You got to get the people out of your community first. Because if you circulate the dollar amongst yourselves while their businesses are still there, the money is going to find its way into their hands. What are you going to do? Put the money under a mattress and keep it there so they won't get it? If you're doing that, then you ain't circulating it. If you're circulating it, it's going to go into their hands. You're putting the cart before the horse. You got to get them out of your community first. And then you got to replace their businesses with black businesses. Then your circulation will build your community and strengthen and enrich the people in your community. It's not going to work the opposite way. What else did he say? I'm sorry, I cut you off. What else did he say?
That's how we can create cultural cohesiveness among our people, like everyone else is doing.
No, you create culture cohesiveness by getting everybody together to stand on one thing at a time. Everybody, let's all do this together. Don't buy any Chinese food anymore in the community. See, we can do this right now, y'all. Black people, stop buying Chinese food. It's that simple. We don't need no conversation about it. We ain't got to sit up here and talk about the mathematics of the day, or we don't got to go Hotep. We ain't got to bring in no pyramids or no hieroglyphics. It's very simple. Simplicity is extremely powerful. You know why? Because life is simplistic. Balance is simplistic, but extremely powerful. You don't believe me?
Mm-hmm.
If balance falls to one side, guess what? Chaos ensues. When the other side evens out with the other, the chaos stops. Isn't that simplistic in nature, but yet powerful? It's very simple. Black people, stop buying Chinese food. We don't have to have no conscious debates. We ain't got to be on some, well, Hotep this and the mathematics to the angle and the power of the third. We don't need any of that. Just stop purchasing Chinese food. Step one. Chinese people are hurting you badly. You don't even realize it. Stop purchasing Asian products. Stop patronizing Asian businesses. Again, we don't need no Hebrew Israelite sermon. We don't need a scripture. We don't need none of that. The power of simplicity will prevail. Stop patronizing Asian businesses. Asian people hate you and don't care if you live or die. And they most certainly care nothing for your community. It's why they extract every dime they can out of it. So here we go, people. Simplicity. All right, black people, stop patronizing Asian businesses.
Okay.
That includes hair weave, makeup, Chinese food, knockoffs. Stop supporting Asian businesses. Let's start with that. When you've done that, then come back and we'll move to step 2. Oh, I got solutions. You're talking to the right one. I got solutions. Y'all really want to get out of this? I can get us out of this if y'all follow my instruction. Number 1, stop patronizing Asian businesses. That's number 1. We start there. Got to crawl before we can walk. We got a lot more to do. But first, we got to stop that. That'll give us some immediate money, immediate wealth in our pockets, and we can use that to do, to do phase 2. But first, we got to get to phase 1. Stop patronizing Asian businesses and do it for an entire year, and watch these Asian businesses dry up like raisins. That's the first thing. And don't come to me with no mathematics. If you're not willing to do that, right? Then as far as I'm concerned, you ain't about that life. And you don't want nothing for your people. If you're not prepared to do what it takes to get your people out of a losing position, don't come to me about some BS mathematics of the day or any of this other conscious nonsense. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're no different than white supremacy. You want to do something to help your people? Black people, you want to get out of this? First things first. Stop patronizing Asian businesses. Foreign businesses, period. Let's stop it. Now, we still got to deal with the white man because the white man done got his clothes and everything. We'll deal with the white man later. But for right now, stop all foreign businesses. No more purchasing foreign products. And don't come to me about they got my my PlayStation and I don't want to hear none of that. If you bout it, stop doing it. And stop doing it for a year. And watch the results. Watch how much more money you'll have in your pocket. Then we can move to phase 2 because people will have money, right? Then we can do phase 2. I don't hear no Hotep shit. I don't hear nothing about no mathematics. I don't hear nothing about no frequencies, no vibrations, no quantum physics, none of that. Stop patronizing foreign businesses. It's that simple. Simplicity is the key to life. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you go into their communities, they're not going to have no conversation about mathematics. They know the simple way to get you out of your community is to not patronize you. And they're going to simply not purchase anything from you. And you're going to simply close up shop because you just simply cannot survive without money. This is simplistic in nature, yes? Is anything hard about this, Dame? I think Dane went to sleep. Dane? Dane?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
I feels like Kendall says, I feel like we're talking in circles, bro. How do we do this if we don't control our dollars and stop spending with these business who don't have no interest in our community?
I just
We're
told you.
saying the same thing. I don't see where the miscommunication is coming from.
No. The miscommunication is that you're putting the cart before the horse. You think that you can circulate dollars before you get them out of your community. You cannot. You got to get them out of your community first. And then actually, it's a two-pronged attack. You get them out of the community first, and then you have to establish black businesses in their absence, so you can make your dollar work for you. You don't just circulate it around and miraculously it makes you rich. It doesn't work that way. You need businesses.
All right. So Aaron says simply Kendall, all we have to do is start spending with each other. That's how we control our dollars.
Yeah, but in order to spend with each other, you have to have businesses and products. How are you
Yeah.
going to spend with it? What are you going to spend on each other? What are you going to do? Buy his hat off his head? Buy the shoes off his feet? In order to spend money with each other, we have to have business and products to sell to each other. Products. You need businesses. Once you run the foreign businesses out of the community, they must be replaced with black businesses. Then you circulate your dollar amongst yourselves. Then you buy from each other. Then you start to become rich. Then you grow. What is he saying now? Damn.
Yeah, okay, Max, I get you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You can't just circulate money in your community amongst yourselves when you have no commerce, you have no businesses, you have no products. The money is not going to produce anything from you for you. You're just going to pass it. If you take $1 and hand it to 12 people, by the time you get to the 12th person, it's still going to be $1. But if you take that $1 and pass it to 12 black businesses, by the time you get to the 12 black businesses, it's probably $1,200.
Okay. Okay, black women can easily take over the hair industry from the Korean. Oh, this is the Aaron Collins saying.
Well, no, they can't really easily do it because it's distribution that's blocking them, and the Korean men firmly got a hand on distribution because it comes from their country. Okay, you know that's going to be difficult for them to take over. Now, what they probably can do is, take all the distribution over here in the States and take away the jobbers from the Koreans and force the Koreans to deal with them. Other than that, I don't see them. I don't see them, and then they'll be able to control and dictate the manufacturing, even though they're not in that country. But other than that, I really don't see them. You know, they got to make some power moves over here. And you know what? And they need support from us. We got to support our sisters. We can't let them fight these Korean dudes all by themselves.
Uh-huh.
We got to give our sisters support any way we can. I like what they're trying to do. They're pulling a power move. I love it. They just need support. They are pulling a big time power move. They're trying to take this industry away from the Koreans. And I commend them for giving it an effort. And we should be backing them up 100%. Somebody got to do something. Can't just keep sitting here talking about what they stole from us and not try to get some of it back. Well, these black women are attempting to get something back.
Yeah.
Somebody got to do it. Negroes ain't going to do it because Negroes are happy with sitting up here talking about pseudo knowledge and doing nothing and complaining about what they took from us while being non-productive. The black women that's going after these Koreans, they said to hell with that. We coming in here and we're going to muscle you out of the business. I'm feeling that. That's gangster.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Black women done got together and say, hey, wait a minute. We're the ones that make this industry go. We buy all of this stuff. They done got together and said, you know what? We coming in here and we're going to muscle you out of the business. And we're taking it from you. That's gangster. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to put black people on the map. You Negroes ain't doing it. Y'all scared to do it. Y'all scared to make a power move. Y'all scared to death for this white man. Sitting there running around here calling yourself Hotep, all these African names and whatnot. You ain't even got no African warriors. Many of y'all ain't even got no African warrior spirit. Them warriors over there. You see them Nigerians out there getting after them cops? Them warriors over there. You guys aren't warriors. I commend the sisters. I commend my sisters for making that power move, and we need to support them any way we can. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to make black folks look like something to be reckoned with. Because the Negroes ain't doing it. Matter of fact, y'all doing the opposite. Y'all making us look bad. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah.
What
All
are you
right.
saying?
All black people he goes, all black people have to do is take a trip to India, and that's where most of the expensive hair is coming from. I just take a trip and get a discount on the natural hair. Okay.
Because they're ganging up to not sell. You see, they recognize what the black women are trying to do, right? And they're ganging up against her and trying to force her back down. They're trying to force her to back down. So they won't sell to them. And so black women are pulling, little tricks here and there to try to get them to sell.
Mhm.
But eventually they're going to figure out that all they got to do is control the distribution in this country, and then they'll be at your mercy.
Mhm.
So eventually they're going to figure that out. Once they blow out all of the jobbers over here that are foreign and completely control the distribution in this country, the manufacturers won't have no choice but to deal with them. They'll be at their mercy.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they already buying up the hair in India.
Yeah.
One lady that's part of the BAPSA, she, because of her business experience, she was a businesswoman. She connected with her network in India, and he did the running for her on that end, and found one that's not working with the Koreans, and that's how she's getting the hair.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, it's
But
going to take some clever, it's going to take some clever maneuvering and stuff. But the black women ultimately, I believe, are going to win this war. I'm telling you something, black men. If you don't get behind black women on this, they win this war without you. You're going to catch a bad break from black women. You're going to catch a serious bad break. You ain't going to be able to tell her nothing at all. At all. Nothing. You better get behind these black women on this. And don't let her fight this war by herself.
when the black men oh, this is Aaron. When the black men start supporting black women, when they stop trying to be women and get off their asses and be for a cause. And Kendall
This is
said,
an opportunity for black men to close the gap with black women by showing up in support, offering warehousing. If you got warehousing, offering storage, whatever you got to do to help the black woman win this war. Because this is a power move, people. This is a power play. You know how much money goes through the beauty supply business? Billions. If the black woman got control of this industry, you know what they can do for black employment? This will put black people on the map. This is a serious power play. And you need to get behind your sisters on this. I'm telling you right now, if they win this war on their own, you are done. There won't be a thing you can tell these black women. And you will no longer be taken seriously. You will probably be discarded because you will be deemed as worthless and useless. Because now she done took on an army of men and won. Understand something. She is going to war with men. I don't know how to get this through your head. She is taking on a race of men, not women. And those men got heavy connections. And also those men, their women are fighting by their side. You're not by the side of the black woman. She's all by herself. But she's not letting that stop her. She's going to war with an entire race of men, two races, the Hindus and the Koreans. And you're going to let her fight two races of men by herself? And you're supposed to be her guardian. You're supposed to be her everything. You're supposed to be her pillar of strength. You're supposed to be her protector. You're going to sit this one out and watch a woman go out there and go to war with two races of men?
yeah.
And then what are you going to do if she wins? When she wins, what you going to do? Run around here talking about you Hotep and the mathematics of the day and you're gonna say that they were masculine and all that shit, you can forget about it. You ain't gonna have a hope or a shot in hell. You don't get by their side, you're gonna seal your fate. You may never recover from this. I got my woman. He may turn her back on y'all. And why shouldn't she? You sat back and watched her fight two races of men and didn't lift a finger to help her. Go ahead, Dan.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I don't know what he's trying to say with. So some black people. Oh, okay, he was still writing. Oh, so some black people took a trip there and they had these bad experiences. Okay, yeah. So they're getting around it. And they trying to the black beauty supplies uh stores. They trying to make sure that they get the distribution. Not to mention, okay, all right, okay. Kendall says so. A black woman does win this war all by herself, and she does leave us. Where is she gonna go?
She's not gonna go anywhere. What she's gonna do is take a command in this country, and she is going to be the representative of black people. You will no longer be taken seriously. You will be taking a back seat. Okay? She will now be the official leader of the black race. You will be a joke, and you will be dealt with absolute disrespect. And that's what you would deserve. Because you cowered away from helping your women. And they will be the representatives of our race going forward. And when we will be following them. Thanks to you cowards, that's what's going to happen. They will become the official representatives of our race. And they will become the leaders. And then you will be reduced to a follower. This is a powerful, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry. You don't want to get involved? Are you stupid or something?
Now he's going to. So who is going to be her man?
Worthy black men. Black men that they deem worthy. I don't think she's going to go to white men. Because white men ain't helping her either. Mm-hmm. You better hope he don't. You better hope he don't. My thing is just here. Here's the thing, right? If you want to sit up here and talk about the black woman being pro-black, first of all, pro-blackness start with you. You the protector and then the provider of the race. You're supposed to be the most pro-black. Okay? So if you're not by her side, then how can she maintain her pro-blackness? You're not there. You're not there representing pro-blackness. You're not there giving her the incentive to stay pro-black. You're not there.
Mm-hmm.
You better hope that white man don't sneak into this and give her some firepower, because he's got resources and he's got connections too. You better hope he don't stick his nose in there and see an opportunity to phase you out permanently. because he's got the connections and the firepower to help her out. You better hope he don't get involved.
Okay, so Aaron is saying black men such as myself and Max who already own the mental manhood to the absolute fullest. Uh,
Absolute. Or you fake conscious wannabes. Y'all better get behind this black woman before this white man stick his nose in there, because he's got the connections and the firepower and the resources to help her out.
mm, think he's trying to hinder her too, because if she's able to do this, black people will be able to hire the black people in their community to do the making
Exactly.
and the distribution and the selling.
Exactly. I'm trying to tell you, this is a multi-billion-dollar business. She's making a superpower move. This is why you need to be helping her with everything you got. You need to be supporting her. Not, this is the wrong time to be standing against her. She's making a power play for all of us. And you're going to let her do this alone? You ain't even going to show up and support? I'm telling you, man, if she wins this thing on her own, which I think she's going to, you can forget about it. She's going to be in control of a multi-billion-dollar industry. Talking about calling shots.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so the Koreans are not only trying to control the distribution, they trying to control the product making, and they're already trying to edge out black businesses. Like there's a black business that make the curling irons and the stove that heats those curling irons. Very top of the line stuff, you know. So what they doing is they're copying these people work and ordering from less and less, and then try to tell them we're not going to be selling your stuff in our distribution. We're not going to be distributing because you're not being favored to be bought. But what they're doing is making sure that they're not favored to buy. Nobody's using theirs. So they asked about this brand of curling iron in one of them Korean stores. He had like say three of the black owned brand and like 7 or 10 of the copy. And he kept saying it was a number one product, but when asked to the buyer, is it as good as the black owned, he admitted that they just make copy of it. And he didn't actually, he was trying to avoid it, but not as good. And it's a lie because all the black uh beauticians definitely use it. So they selling directly. So the black owned curling iron and stove business, they are selling directly to the beauty shops and the black owned beauty supply shops.
See what
So
all this hatred gets you? You won't even support your own woman. And she's trying to do something for all of us. You don't see the Manosphere doing any of this. You don't see Kevin Samuels doing anything to help black people. But yeah, y'all supporting him and guys like Tommy Sotomayor and these fake ass niggas in the conscious community. They ain't doing shit to help black people. but yet you're giving them all your support. Matter of fact, they hurting black people. They taking away from black people, but yet you support them though. And you got black women trying to make a power move for the entire race, but you don't want to give her the time. You don't want to stand by her though. She's trying to take over a multi-billion-dollar business industry
Mhm. Yeah.
that can put us on the map, that can give us power and wealth, that can boost that. Remember that 0.5% of wealth in this country? Well, it will boost that significantly and put us on the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look into Bobsa, BOBSA, um, uh, let's see, .org, and you see what they're doing to counter and what their plans are, and you see on 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 my live last ladies night, you see the discussion the Bobsa people are talking about, and the hair the hair supply videos. I mean, that talks about what the Koreans are doing and how they not only uh, taking over the distribution, they trying to take over the manufacturing by cutting out black owned beauty products, by copying it and selling it cheaper, and then cutting out so either the black owners, the beauty makers of beauty products, either have to work with them and go through them for distribution, or do direct, or and then know from experience that if you do, they will eventually copy your product and then edge you out. So a lot of our black beauty supplies is now being made by the Koreans. So BOPSA has a inventory list of two lists. One of all the black beauty supply companies, black beauty supply company around the state, around the country, and a list of black owned and made beauty supply products that the Koreans won't. Oh, the Koreans won't distribute, or they don't trust the Koreans to distribute without them trying to copy. So so they either selling directly to the beauty supply stores and the beauty shops to get around the Korean distribution. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, what's going on, Dane? Hey, Max. I just
What's
wanted to
going
come
on?
on
What's
here and make
going
my
on? What's up?
presence felt a little bit. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here.
Get him,
We,
Mary.
we can have this. Hey, what's up, Max? We can have this
Mm,
conversation and stuff so long. And basically, the state of Black America is quite frankly frustrating me because I'm seeing so many people making excuses. It's like, okay, well, they won't let. First of all, why are we waiting on them to let us do anything? Just get up and do it. I hear so many people talking about what the Koreans and the Mexicans and everyone else is doing. Yeah, it's true, they are doing it. But when are we going to start doing it? It's not that we can't do it, we won't do it. That's the problem. We're so busy, and what you were saying about these black men not supporting black women, and you're absolutely right, Max. These black
mhm,
women are taking matters into their own hand. Pretty soon they're gonna get the upper hand and do it.
mhm,
Then these Negroes want to come running up, basically like the hen,
mhm.
the little hen, the hen. And she tried to get all the people to come and help
Yeah.
her. They had all kind of excuses. So when the work was done, here they want to come and start taking over spoils. No, that's the way it's gonna be. And only worthy black men such as ourselves, me and you, Max, are gonna be worthy enough to do it. And all these other dudes running around here calling
Man.
folks like us simps and stuff, calling us saying, "Oh, you whipped." That's okay though. If I am whipped, it's gonna be with the right whip. And you know what? These
Exactly.
dudes out here, that's they too busy trying to be women. The kitten
Nah.
cameos and all these other ones. And you know, this right here triggers me because I've been going off on the manosphere, and I'm not worried about no backlash because, like you said,
Yo, you.
there's no these niggas don't have no warrior in them. They don't have no warrior spirit in them. These dudes are
Yeah.
irrelevant and they are a joke. I mean,
You know
these
what he had
dudes.
the nerve to say? You know what he had the nerve to say?
Mm.
What?
A kid in Sam you talking about. They say I'm gay. Okay, leave your woman around me and see what happens. I'm like, nothing's gonna happen. You're gay, dude. Ain't nothing gonna happen. What are you talking about?
Hell,
Leave
the
your
only
woman
thing
around you.
he's
Uh
gonna probably try to jack her for her heels or something like that.
yeah,
Maybe her pantyhose, but other than that, yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Leave your woman around what? But you're gonna steal her bra or something, man? Get out of here, man. Okay,
These
that's
dudes,
it. And you know what, man? I'm gonna cut your hand, but you're right. And these brothers don't see what these women are trying. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry they're trying to take over, brother. This can put us on the map as black people.
hmm that's why I mentioned it in the chat. They're saying that black women could easily overtake the hair industry
Yeah.
because we got some
And,
sisters who can do some hair, and they can also
hmm
sell it too.
Right. And
Yeah,
they're trying, man. And they ain't
and
got
you don't
no help
necessarily
from Negroes.
nope. And you don't necessarily have to go to India to get the hair either. There are some areas in Africa where you actually can get hair if you just simply just have to have it.
And I'm rooting for them. I support them. My wife is in contact with a few of them. She's got a cousin that know a few of the women that's involved. Because my wife is big into hair, and she knows a lot of people in the business. And my thing is, you got the manosphere with all this hatred. If these women accomplish this, oh man, y'all gonna look like fools, man. Y'all gonna look like
There they
fools
are.
and idiots.
Mm-hmm.
And every time y'all bring up a talking, people gonna laugh at y'all. Y'all ain't gonna get no respect. I'm telling you, y'all gonna look like fools. Following the manosphere, following Kevin said, these people ain't doing nothing for black people. These women are trying to do something for black people. They get a control of this industry, man. You're talking about, you know what that would do for black unemployment?
Mm-hmm.
It'll virtually get rid of it. This is a multi-billion-dollar business. They're talking about wiping out They're talking about wiping out black unemployment with this takeover.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all following the manosphere? You don't want to get behind. What is the manosphere doing on that level? What is Kid Sanders doing on that level? What is the Red Pill guys doing on that level? These guys ain't doing nothing but talking shit on social media.
You know, anytime when I mention the manosphere, it seems like people seem to always ignore the statement that I make about the manosphere being an originally a white organization. And yes, they
Yeah,
got dudes in there that they have that expels white nationalist ideologies. So it's not only a misogynistic organization, but it's also a racist organization. But
exactly.
no one
And I,
seems to really want to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then you got the brothers who are doing it. So I keep trying to tell you, they are agents of white supremacy. They want to be like the white boys.
They're the
They do
same
what the
white
white
boys,
boys do. Yeah,
same white boys who won't even accept them.
exactly. And I want to know what are they doing on the level of these sisters. Because the stuff that these sisters are doing, The level is way in the stratosphere, brother. What are they doing on that level? Nothing. What, arguing with women? Put women down? I heard Kevin said he had a talent. He's talented. So putting down women is a talent now?
Telling women that they're gonna die alone is a talent.
That's a talent.
Wow.
All right. Apparently the definition of talent has changed. All right. And so what are they doing on the level of what these sisters are doing? I'm telling you, man, the black woman is getting ready to go to war with two races of men, Hindus and Koreans. And it's possibly a third race in there too. But understand, her enemies, her greatest enemies in this battle are men.
I've been noticing this for the last few years because I've been paying close attention to it and analyzing it. But black women have been towing the line for black causes all along. I've even protested for some causes before, and it was nothing but black women. What these so-called warriors who run blocks, these so-called men who own the block and all that, that's down, that turn up and all that.
Yeah,
when it
people
comes
don't
to
understand. People don't understand how pro-black she is. She's the most pro-black. Yeah. She's been supporting black causes from day one. She's extremely pro-black. It's the Negro that's confused about his blackness.
Yep.
Out here swirling. And so you're saying what man that they're going to be with? Well, apparently you don't want that man to be you because you won't support him. So you are supporting them. What do you care about what man they're going to be with?
Seeing these dudes acting tough and stuff, that's some Comedy Central shit to me. Seeing, I
mean, these YT gangsters, bro. I listened to some dude the other day, right? Telling some dude, some punk named Mr. Research, arguing and fighting with some dude. These guys get into vicious arguments and fights on social media.
Yeah. I know who Mr. Research is.
Because it's safe. They say some of the craziest things on social media because nobody can put hands on them. You know, I mean, I heard some crazy shit. I'll come to your house and do this and do that. Man, you know, I can't do that, man. That's why I don't mess with these guys, man. I'm not going to get on social media and go back and forth with you like that.
Yep.
But I saw what Alan Roger Curry got into it with, I think, Game Changer or something like this. So these old bums, man. And this dude wearing makeup. Yeah.
Game Changer is arrogant. I mean, I've had my run with him too.
Let me tell you how weak and embarrassing, black we are now. We got dudes, man, who are known for the dating coaches, man. They don't contribute nothing to black society.
Yeah, what the hell is a dating coach anyway?
Some old worthless ass nigga that can't get a real job.
So he wants
don't want to work. Yeah. Oh, it's a nigga that don't want to work. Somebody a dating coach.
I mean,
you got alpha male strategies over there. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man.
Yeah. I mean,
are you serious?
I don't support what he did before, but at least Tariq got paid off his books from King Flex and stuff like that. I mean, I don't.
Well, Tariq Nasheed is an intelligent brother, man. Don't sleep on him. He's a smart brother.
Yeah, I've met Tariq in person. I mean, here in LA. I mean, Tariq I think he's a good brother. I mean, one thing I will say that Tariq has done, he has put some history out with the Hidden Colors films and the Haiti movies.
He's a smart brother.
Yeah.
He is a smart brother, man. I mean, he knew what he was doing. Now, everybody was talking. Remember the movie? Remember this album Mink Slide?
Yeah, I was actually
everybody thought right that he made that for America. Not really. That was made for overseas.
You ready for this, Max? I was actually an extra in one of the Mink Slide videos.
Get out. Yeah.
The first one, it's time.
Uh,
You might be able to see
where,
it.
where was it at?
It was shot here in LA.
Okay. Yeah, because don't he live in a prominent area in LA where millionaires live or something like that? Because he's a millionaire himself. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Somewhere out in the valley, I believe.
Yeah. Because he's a millionaire himself. But but yeah, man. He's a smart brother, man. I gotta give him credit. He's a smart brother, man. He know how to make that money. And I ain't never met the brother, but I heard people who met him said he's pretty cool. I never met him before.
He's tall too, so
yeah.
Yeah, I met Tariq.
He like 6'5", 6'6", something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And stocky too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a thin brother. I mean, he's kind of stocky, so. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
before I really became known on this platform, this was like a few years back. I actually did a video. I was actually wanting to do a mediation between Tariq and Tommy Sotomayor, because when Tariq confronted Tommy on DJ's last show about that incident, I actually wanted to get those two together to try to talk the issues out. I was on that.
I ain't got no respect for Tommy Sotomayor. Nah. What he did, first of all, when I first saw Tommy, I thought he was a punk from the beginning. But when he did that to that sister out there on that interstate.
Yeah, in Texas. I know the exact interstate he did it on too.
Man, let me tell you something, brother. He don't really realize that he couldn't come to Jersey after that. A lot of people in Jersey saw that. If he would have came to Jersey, he'd have got hurt.
Well, you know what, Max? The irony about that, you said Jersey, when he got hit in the face, that was actually in New York, which is next door to you all. So.
Yeah, man. I tell you, he'd have came to Jersey, he got hurt. First of all, him coming out of his clothes, screaming on that woman, threatening to shoot her, talking about he gonna go in the trunk. Nigga, man, let me tell you. Man, yo, see, they can do this. Dude, man, they would never do that in person. You can have your gun on you, bro. You bring all of the guns you want. I ain't gonna stop nothing. Cats think because they carry a piece, they can't be touched. Nothing can be further from the truth. You can still be touched, bro, with your piece. You can be buried with your piece too. Yeah.
Yep.
But Tariq, man, I gotta admit, I did like the show he did with the two girls.
Oh
the radio show.
And Bree.
What was it, Bree and the other girl?
Layla.
Yeah. I like that show. They don't do that no more, do we?
I don't know. I was about to ask you. I mean, they're not together no more? The Ism show.
I don't know, man. I used to watch that religiously, man. I actually like that show. You know what I'm saying?
Episodes. I met them too on the video also. They were really down to earth.
I mean, he made that, that's a karaoke song. He made that. He's smart, man. He know what he's doing, man. That song is probably still in rotation in Japan even today in karaoke.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing. He was getting that overseas money. He's smart, man. I'm telling you, smart. The brother's smart. The brother know how to make money.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Tariq definitely know how to make money. I will say that.
He's smart. Everybody was cracking on that album, right? But you see, you don't understand the Methodist madness. That album was really slated for overseas. He wasn't trying to release that over here. He knew black folk wasn't gonna buy no shit like that over here. That was for them foreign people and them karaoke bars and stuff like that. How much money is in there? In that?
Yep.
You trying to get that foreign money, bro. And you know what? And they need easy songs. That's why he made that like that. So it's easy for foreigners to sing along. That's why the lyrics were very simple. Brother know what he's doing, man. He's a smart brother, man. He probably still getting paid over that mixed slide album from overseas.
I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I ain't got no. By the time he told him, I don't even care if he hear this. He a punk, man. I ain't got no respect for him, bro. At all.
I actually called into a show one time and spoke to him about something. It was a topic that was of interest to me. I was actually on a panel with Tommy, you know, brother Ben X.
Ben X? Yeah.
Yeah, Ben X had Tommy on there. It was
I went on I remember one time I went on the panel with JT and Shine and a whole bunch of stuff. I ended up blowing that whole panel up, man.
JT to Andre the Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Ended up blowing that whole panel. Ended up blowing that whole panel up. Yeah. You know, we ain't cool no more, man, because these cats is on some. But I'm not down with all that, man. You know, all that weak ass shit. I come from. I keep telling you, I come out of the 60s and 70s, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not with this weak shit. I come from a time where we shot fair ones in the street. I ran with cats who were hard, man, who had hands that were like bricks, boy. When they hit you, they'll break something. They were known for knocking niggas out. I went with some hard, rough, tough individuals, man. I'm not with this weak shit. I'm up on the panel, niggas talking about feeling each other's pain and shit. I'm like, what?
Feeling each other's pain?
Yeah, talking about, yo, we heard it. You can't be like that, Max. We gotta feel each other's pain. Like, you suck, weak ass niggas. You know, and then, huh?
These dudes are moist.
Yeah, man. And then I remember I was on Taz's channel one time. And I was up there with, what's his fucking name? Mr. Not Mr. Research, the other motherfucker from the Manosphere.
Fantastic.
Nah. From the Sissy Bims, I mean. Supreme King Coon.
Oh yeah, I know him too.
Yeah, and then it was
Coon was over here with us that time.
Yeah, and then I ended up freaking out on Taz's channel and going on these niggas talking about, man, these soft ass niggas, you know. Then he came up here one time, him and some dude, and we had a conversation. And I admit, you know, he wasn't disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, he wasn't disrespectful. But he pretty much got on my nerves after a while because he was on some bullshit. You know, but we had a conversation.
Yeah, matter of fact, and, I remember one day when SKC was on your panel, Max. I was on the panel too, and so me and Coon were on another panel together. He actually asked me, "Hey man, how come?" Asked me, "Yo, Aaron, how come they went off on me on Max's panel?" I'm like, it was what you said, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you said something that rubbed them the wrong way.
I mean, you know, man, you know, I know cats don't like me because, you know, I love black women. I stuck up for black women. I get all that. I'm cool with all that. I don't like them either. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that you're not going to get me on some panel and talk to me on some, we got to feel each other's pain and black men need, man, get out of here with that, bro.
Yeah.
And black men got it, man. They got to stop telling each other, yo, I love you, man. You don't tell no man you love him. You tell a woman you love her. These dudes got shit backwards, bro.
Yeah.
You give a man your respect. You don't give him your love. You give him your respect. You let him earn your respect.
Exactly.
You
This
know?
is other cat. This is other dude. In the manosphere. And this dude is very toxic. A young cat. You might know who I'm talking about. He goes by the name Zach.
No, I haven't. I don't watch the dudes, man. Cause
This,
the one
yep.
dude, the last dude I watched was some dude named Bernard Riley, some new coon they got over there. Have you seen him?
No, you don't know who that is.
Yeah, Bernard Riley, some new super coon they got over there. Nah, so who is this Zach dude?
So this guy Zach, yeah, he's from my hometown, Chicago. I'm like, making Chicago people look bad. This dude is so bad. He says he'll go on record to say that black women can't even breathe around him. I'm like, what is wrong with this dude? This dude is very
Nah, he
toxic.
can't be. Nah, he can't be from Chicago, man. Talking crazy like that. I know some cats from Chicago. He can't be from Chicago. Not
Yeah,
talking like that. He can't.
hmm and I'm like,
He,
what in the world is wrong with these? Is there something in the
he
water
must
that
be. He
got
must
these?
be. He must be from somewhere in Illinois or some shit. Hey, nigga, you ain't from no real. I don't know no cats in Chicago that talk like that. You tripping?
Yeah. I mean, sit up there and say black women can't even breathe around him. Who says that?
Yeah. I bet you he won't say that in Chicago.
I bet he won't say it in person.
Yeah, I can say he may be from Chicago. I don't think he there now talking like that.
hmm But
Yo,
you know, that's the manosphere though. They say stuff. They say stuff. In
Chicago.
the
I
safety
love
and
downtown Chicago, man.
the loop.
Huh?
Yeah, that was one of the old stomping grounds. Yeah.
Ah, man, yo, man, going downtown with all them giant buildings. Chicago's got the biggest buildings I ever seen in my. You know, you can drive trucks in those buildings,
hmm
18-wheel trucks. I drove
Yeah.
through several buildings, yo, with my
Yeah. We got
truck.
a real downtown. Yeah, we got a real downtown in Chicago.
I was like, this is wow, man. I had to go do a delivery to the post office. I'm like, where the
hmm
hell's the post office? They said it's right there. I saw this big giant skyscraper building. Like, that's the
Yep.
post office. Like, yeah. Well, how I get
That's the
inside?
main guy.
Oh, just go around and drive through. Drive through the building? Yeah. I'm driving through a damn building in an 18-wheel truck, yo.
Yeah. That's the main
I
PO
was,
down there.
I was like, Chicago, man. I love Chicago, man. I love downtown Chicago, man. I tell you. I'm like,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah. We got a real world class city.
Yeah, man. And you got these big ass streets, man. Like downtown, them streets is big. They're huge, man. Like, god damn.
hmm
I can drive tanks down these motherfuckers. Oh
hmm
man, Chicago, downtown Chicago is the shit. Let me ask you a question.
hmm
Remember the girl, unfortunately, was brutally murdered in that hotel, and she froze to death in the
Kanika Jenkins, yeah, that was
yeah,
here in
man.
yeah, it was
Where
in
was that
Rosemont.
at?
That's in Rosemont, Illinois, which is outside Chicago.
Um,
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking of Kanika Jenkins, you even had a YouTube group that even had an entire group called the Kanika Jenkins community named after her. I don't know how they became a community and stuff, but all these people making these conspiracies and stuff. Look, that young girl froze to death. I mean,
but here's the problem I got with the hotel. I don't know why nobody questioned this. They got security in that hotel. How come security never noticed her on camera?
yeah.
All that footage on camera, nobody stepped up. Where was the security? Were they
hmm
off that night?
Yeah. Now,
That
yeah.
hotel has that hotel has active security, 24/7. Why didn't security guards go and grab her and call the ambulance? She walked around that hotel all on camera. Where were the security people?
Sitting up there looking at them. Yeah, exactly. And I know they got cameras and they got monitors that tell her what floor that she's on and stuff like that.
Yo, where was the security? They watching the damn monitors, bro. Why nobody ran and caught that girl, brought her down to the security booth, and called an ambulance for her? Why was y'all just simply watching her on tape and doing nothing about it?
Yep.
I can't believe nobody questioned that. That hotel has security. Where were the security guards? On lunch break? Where were they at?
Good question.
Yeah.
And now everybody want to get their 15 minutes of fame over this young girl's death, and it's a shame. And I'm sure these mental queer dudes will probably try to find a reason to follow her. Or see, she shouldn't have done this and shouldn't have done that.
Man, them niggas ain't got no. Niggas ain't got no respect, man, for nobody. My thing is, I just can't figure out how the hell security didn't see her on tape. How the hell they didn't see that girl on tape? With all that security footage.
Yeah, they probably weren't trying to see her, to be honest with you.
All right, y'all. We done plateaued out. We getting ready to get out of here. Dame. Let's see if Dame is still up.
I think Dane and tapped out.
Dame. Hold on, let me give her a call. Hold on 1 second.
All right, everyone. Let's call it a night. I am fighting the sleepiness. Ooh, it's 3:00 in the morning. Ooh, dang it. Oh well. I guess I ain't gonna get much sleep. I gotta get ready for church. Okay. Good night, everyone. Peace,
All
power.
right, Dane.
Good night, Aaron. Thanks
All
for
right,
coming
everybody.
to chat with us.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us late night to the wee hours of the morning. Thanks, Aaron, for coming on up, chatting with us. Appreciate everybody hanging out this long. Kendall rolling, good conversation, good build. We got to do more of that. Shout out to Hassan Burton. And everybody who hung out with us tonight, peace, power, unity. We'll probably holler at you later on. I might do a gent culture later on today or probably Monday. But anyway, peace, power, unity. Okay, Dane, get us out of here. Peace, y'all.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shooting the game going for 5.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the rib.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for this ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beans is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. death. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me, bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off, using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off, hitting up spots, heating up blocks, investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. Yeah, get your I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for mine. I get down for this on the regular. Shit, ain't no fair. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't some place you play. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. Witness a DOA as I spray the melee. Content and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in the days, overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. The karma's a booty smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. Once you talk about flipping keys, come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics that stick in the brains like barnacles. Never sweet. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine.